Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fantastic episode of Raw Talkin' It. I'm a little hyped. I'm Titus. That's Joe. You know the drill. State of Play happened. We saw Final Fantasy 16. Joe has Xenoblade news. It's been a really insane 2 days of drip drops of information, and I'm gobbling them up.
Yeah.
I'm eating them.
Yeah, no, there was, I honestly feel like I've also already forgotten about something else that I wanted to talk about. I feel like there was...
We have Pokemon!
Oh, shit.
We have Pokemon to talk about!
I can't believe there was so much news that I managed to forget about Pokemon.
There's so much! So we actually have a lot to actually discuss. If you are watching the recording, you should watch on Twitch because we went over the Final Fantasy 16 trailer before this. There's a lot to that trailer. First of all, where are we going for this cave thing?
Well, we gotta do one or two things real fast in Castletown that you promised. Number one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that thing.
Can we go get the minigame, and can we go get the wolf that's in town?
Ooh. Yep, north. Well, we did.
Michael, I'm sorry, but yes, I deeply care about Pokemon.
I'm interested, but I have thoughts about Pokemon. We'll talk about that. We'll get the
We can do the little things. Tunic and Season.
Oh yeah, we can do. I did take notes.
Because Tunic is the one that was a PC, Xbox exclusive for a while.
Yeah.
And I assumed it was gonna stay that way forever. So the fact that they kind of showed up and were like, "Oh yeah, by the way,"
autumn and September. So I'm assuming around both the same time, around between August and October for Season, and September 27th we actually have a date for Tunic. So
yeah, I feel like cool. Season will probably be end of summer, I guess.
Probably so. I'm assuming right at the change of the season.
The whole thing is they talk about the end of a season. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, the final skill.
The jump strike.
You have to prove the jump strike.
I don't remember how to do the jump strike.
It's a jump strike, but you press and hold.
All right, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Season is not my type of game. It looks really neat, really stylized, and pretty music, and you get to record the world, and that's really cool.
The gameplay we had not seen before. We just knew the vibe was very good.
Yeah.
From our previous conversations, we knew the vibe was going to be amazing, but now that we see the gameplay, it's like this is not visual novel, but it's getting there.
Kinda, in a way, very playable.
Yes, it seems like it's going to be. Yeah, exactly. It's not a walking simulator, but it is also maybe a biking simulator. You know.
All right. No.
Spin attack at full health. That's all. It's just that when you're at full health, your spin attack is bigger. That's all. I
hit A instead of B like an idiot.
Yep, you did them. You tried to do the mortal draw almost.
Yeah, Season's not a game I would play. Tunic though looks really cool. Isometric slasher puzzle game.
It's meant to be as sort of a Zelda-like sort of model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely get that vibe.
But I mean, he's wearing a tunic and sword and shield. That's all very intentional. I believe the game is set up with this get a dungeon, there's a special item in the dungeon kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the situation with Tunic. But it looked really good, it looked really charming and fun, and I didn't know what the situation would be, and I'm just very surprised that it's coming to PlayStation. I had written that off.
$20-$30 game, I'm sure you'll play it.
I had written it off completely.
I mean, You're not going to play it anytime soon because it's going to be around the same time as
a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
No, Xenoblade got moved up, so never mind.
Yeah. Next month. So now you want to go to the Star game, which is in the tent. Which
yeah, I remember.
I don't know if you have to. I don't think it has to be during the day, but
we'll go see.
Maybe.
A couple things we can mention about the thing. Maybe some that we don't really care about. Let's talk about fucking the Callisto Protocol. Are they? I'm assuming they're just trying to reenact Dead Space, is what it seems like.
I tuned out in that because I was like, "Oh my god, sci-fi Jupiter! This is so cool!" And then
it's a fucking horror game.
And then it's a fucking horror action horror game, and I'm just like, oh wait, never mind. I don't like these games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, cool. I'm always glad to see more flipping.
Oh, what the shit?
Yes, it's a dual claw shot version of the same game. Have fun. Gotta get all the orbs.
All of them?
Yes, 100%.
That's so many.
Obviously you just gotta look for the geometry. There are lines, so the only thing is, yeah, you do have to hang from the center. That's a thing you have to do. But yeah, you just look and you'll see these lines that are created in the air, and you gotta sort of try to follow.
Oh,
those to
my
optimize.
posse is cheering for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There's a line over here that I can get to. Yeah, Callisto Protocol. Cool way to get people excited about like this neat new sci-fi thing that people haven't done in terms of like this Jupiter moon, all this shit, and it's like, yeah, it's just Dead Space.
Yeah, I mean, again,
it's just Dead Space.
I don't think there's a lot of games coming out like that, so.
There's not. There's not.
It's great for those fans. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah,
It's
great.
It is what it is. And then we had even more like, oh, okay, I understand. I'm going from up to, yeah, all right. I have to go from down to up. That's why I'm like so slow on this. All right, that's fine.
That's part of it. Yeah, I did not expect you to get it. Try one.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of close here. I missed like 2 lines. That's really
Oh
not
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I figured it would take you maybe 2
Yeah,
or 3.
yeah. The first, well, it was like 3 games were like horror shooting games. So you have Callisto Protocol. It's basically just Dead Space, not being Dead Space, is really all it kind of is. And then we got an announcement that people were assuming was going to happen was the the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh, I don't follow that series enough to know what's what. I assume that RE4 is one of the better / more popular ones.
It's considered the best one.
Okay.
People have a big heart-on for Leon, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I literally know nothing about the.
I moved too far over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. This one's kind of annoying.
Like I said, you just kind of gotta look for the lines and move quick.
Yeah, so, I mean, RE4 is cool. It's a fun game, but I played it already once. I don't really want to play it again. It's fine. It's really good for those who love it, and maybe those who want to experience it but don't have a Wii or a
it'll
PS2
be great
or
for the
GameCube.
content creators that just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
That
It is-
they
it's
just
true.
like have always. It's sort of like when Xenoblade Definitive Edition came out. Like the hardcore fans are like, I want to play this game again because the platform before didn't do the series the justice that it deserved, the game justice or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'll play it again on the new cool thing.
Yeah,
And
the
then
new
for the people
hotness.
then the people that had never played it before got a chance to play it, and not have to deal with the old jank version.
Sorry. Got it.
Wow, I'm apparently 7 seconds behind. I'm surprised you got that.
It was close.
I thought you biffed it. I'll be honest.
Oh, I missed it too.
Good job.
Oh, that's a really good reward as well.
It Bombat or no, right?
Quiver.
Quiver, yes. I will.
Don't come again.
Before we go, I would to the Cave of Ordeals. I do want you to stock up, spend money, and buy bombs and arrows and max out both. Like fill all 3 bomb bags, fill all 100 arrows.
They're so funny. God damn.
And also, you're not. How many heart pieces do you have? If you're like
13, 14
pieces out of 5.
Oh.
If you only need 1 more for a heart, I was just gonna say let's go get you 1 more. But if you're not that close, don't worry about it.
No, I have 1.
You have 1? Okay, then don't worry about it.
So yeah, the remake is cool, and then we got an announcement that PSVR 2 is coming, and then Resident Evil 8 is just getting a adaptation of
for
VR to it, which is cool, I guess, for those who want it. Like, people really like the horror genre in terms of VR. It's like a very big thing.
Malomart for all your supplies. It has everything.
Yeah. And then we saw, the Walking Dead VR game. I thought it was Dying Light. Or not
Sure.
Dying. Yeah, Dying Light. It was Dying Light. And I was like, okay, zombie game, that's cool. If you like these games and you're listening to this and you're feeling like we're flipping through this, we have a bunch of these. There's a bunch of horror VR zombie shooting games.
And then Horizon VR.
Well, before that we have No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, which is great. I think it's already on.
It's already on.
So giving
PS4 and PS4 VR. So I was like,
they don't have arrows here.
they give us full arrows with the quiver.
Oh, you don't need to buy the bomblings.
You said every bomb bag. So
well, I know, but you can
every bomb bag.
You don't have to have one of each kind of bomb. You can have just
every.
Okay, fine.
Single.
I'm saying you could have done 2 regulars and then some water.
I could have, but this is more fun.
Okay. You can't hold as many of the bomblings, but that's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But did the quiver upgrade actually max out your arrows?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, nice. Okay. So 60 bombs, 30 water bombs. Okay, so now the last thing is either 2 fairies or 1 fairy and a red potion.
Fairies sounds
and
good.
now I have to remember
Fairies sound good to me.
Where do you get fairies? Where's a good place to get fairies at this point? I know where you get them later. Okay, come on.
We can't talk about the Horizon Zero Dawn. It's called Horizon Call of the Mountain. Horizon VR Call of the Mountain.
Yes.
So you're not Aloy. You're playing as Reyes. And you're supposed to climb this mountain.
Yeah,
because
is that a character we know?
I was trying to think about it, and it's like the name sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure.
Is he the hunter you helped in?
Well, he was apparently released from prison. Is what the thing was saying.
I have to assume he's.
But
I think he's an original character. I googled Horizon Zero Dawn Reyes, at least the way I know how to spell Reyes, and I don't see
Rayas.
Oh, is that what the subtitles had?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No, I'm not getting that at all.
Okay.
Nope, no idea. So that appears to be an original character.
So that's interesting. The machine fights, that's going to be hard, in my opinion, in VR. It seems very disorienting.
Yeah, I mean, archery is actually good for VR, so this is a reasonable fit. The climbing, I don't know.
The climbing was weird. I even made a note about it. I was like, why do climbing in VR? That seems kind of strange.
Sorry. Apparently fairies are only in dungeons right now. And so it's actually would be probably better for you to just get red or blue potions.
My question.
But then you have to not fuck up.
Can I go get soup from the guy up?
You can still go get soup. I don't actually know. I think a blue potion is better. And I'm trying to remember where to buy potions.
I can just buy potions I can buy red potions. From the mart. Oh, can the opponent not go in there?
No.
That makes sense.
Potions, you just have to find chews, but you actually do get them. Chews are in the Cave of Ordeals. So one of the things we'll be doing is, and I have a guide for every floor to try to help you do this in one go. There are going to be floors with chews, and so there will be a floor where if we have an empty bottle, I'm going to be like, okay, pay attention. Ooh, I know one thing we can do, actually, to fill a bottle, which is not too hard. So
I do have Great Fairy Tears, to be fair.
Yes, and those are really good. I wanted you to have one full-on fairy, but I don't think you're going to get that. So one thing we can go do is I think I know where a guaranteed rare chew is, which I believe rare chews are. I believe rare chew jelly is functionally the same as the Great Fairy Tears. Let's see, where are they? Yeah, there's. So okay, So leave Hyrule to the west. And oh, sure. So if you go out of Hyrule to the west and go north, there's a big bridge, and there's a section of this bridge that has like a giant tree over the top of it. Do you vaguely remember what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
There's like an area that's like at the end of a bridge that has a giant tree above it, and there's a rare chew that will guaranteed drop down from that tree.
Okay.
So where is Great Hylian Bridge? Which one's that one? And where is it?
So it's in the north of here?
The Great...
Excuse me.
I believe if you go north from here, it might be... Why is it not on the dang map? Oh, it's the one over the lake. It's the bridge over the lake.
Yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah. It's the one that where you can go. Yeah, you go underneath the tree where the chews drop down.
Yes. One of those is a rare chew.
Okay, we'll do it.
You need to kill it and
fine.
scoop it.
All right, so yeah, you have machine fight. It does, as Strategy is saying, it does kind of look on rails. It looks like you have this like,
Yeah.
what's the word? Illusion of choice, but really it's definitely kind of like, no, this is where you're going. This is what you're doing.
I assume that it probably still uses joystick movement because it looked like at least during certain section of the games you could walk around, but I don't think you're on rails for combat per se. It's not.
No,
like
it looks like Circle Arena for combat. Right?
Yeah, it's not like an on-rail shooter, but also not like
Free world.
Yeah, like you can move
open
around, but
exploration.
probably not a ton. The climbing's an interesting idea. I definitely like the idea of just make the hands and nothing else.
Yeah,
I think that's actually
fine.
a pretty good way to do this. I do think one of the things I've mentioned, we were talking about this with friends the other day, that VR is still kind of in its infancy. Maybe not infancy, but like
It's still very, very.
I think the controllers need to revamp.
Is it
I
the
think
purple
they need
one?
No, it's going to be gold and sparkly.
Oh, okay.
And you need to make sure you get it before it merges. That said, red ones are also good, and so you may as well bottle a red one. The purples are bad, or they can be. Technically, I think they can give you a full heal. Yeah. So you don't want to scoop purple.
Where's this gold one at?
Walk around the area a little bit more, see if it drops down. It also, you technically might be able to look up and see it. I think they are visible on the ceiling. There should be one. I assume it respawns.
Well,
Especially after a hard reset.
I think I've gotten that, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it anyway. Pretty sure I have though.
I don't know about this one, yeah.
Yep, alright, got it.
Okay.
So yeah, the Horizon stuff's cool. Fighting the machines, God, that's either gonna be really disorienting or really tough. Because my experience is you get knocked on your ass a lot.
Yep. Go back by Epona, see if it's closer to where she is, because it definitely drops down from there.
There's bomb arrows things I could do right here that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of neat, but I probably won't ever play it. It's just neat. But we got some.
Yeah, I don't own VR. I don't plan to own. I don't plan to own PlayStation VR or anything like that.
I owned a regular PlayStation VR. It's pretty cool.
Maybe someday we'll get it, but right now it's not on the table. So like, it almost certainly will not happen. But like, I'm glad it exists. I'm glad it's getting made.
We got some Forbidden West news that they're just gonna do like what they did.
Just dropped a content update.
Like what they did with the first one. Like after the game was out for like 3 or 4 months, it was like, hey, by the way, we're gonna add a new difficulty, a new game plus, and that's when they also added like photo mode and stuff back then too, because photo mode was not original into the first game. And they're like, we're gonna add photo mode, and then we're adding ultra hard, and we're doing all this stuff, and it's like, cool, that's cool. I'm not gonna play it. New trophies. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe, but not now. I do have another spot where you should be able to get a guaranteed rare chew that I don't think you've been there yet. If you go back to the Ordon Ranch as the wolf and you go to the barn, you should be able to dig under or in the barn and get to a little cavern that should have a rare chew.
Well, that seems easier then.
Yeah, that's another. I see a couple other ones, but the description of where the places are less specific, so I don't want to go send you on a hunt. Like I said, I'm just sad you can't seem to get fairies.
That's okay.
So I wanted you to have. At least one. Just in case you straight up mulligan, because you can't save in the middle of it. If you mess up, you have to do the whole thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, having one.
That's what we call content.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not that long. It's 50 floors instead of the. I mean, Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door is 100, but yeah, I think you just need to warp to Ordon, stay as a wolf, go to the barn. Does Twilight Princess? Yeah. So here, I will say this: one of the things that you get for doing the Cave of Ordeals is all the fairy fountains around the world, like with the 4 spirits. Those become fairy fountains as you progress through the Cave of Ordeals, but you haven't done any of it yet, so none of them have fairies.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Forbidden West stuff. Really cool for PC gamers is Spider-Man, the PS5 version, is coming to PC.
Yeah, I saw
that.
That's
really cool.
That kind of came out of nowhere, but I was like, oh yeah, sure. I mean...
Very cool.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever got the chest in Link's house.
No, I actually meant to tell you about this. I think it's money, and I think it has special dialogue too. This chest, you actually went in the basement and you're like, wow, it's so dark. I can't see my way in here.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you need a lantern, idiot.
The chest actually does not spawn until you get the lantern. Once you have the lantern, the chest is there, but before you have the lantern, it is not. And I don't know if you have to actually light the torch down there in order to get the chest to appear, but yes, it actually is not there at the beginning of the game, which is funny.
I was like, oh, not Ghost Lantern, you big idiot. It's the regular lantern. There it is. Ta-da!
Yep, okay. Yeah, I don't have anything for you as far as...
You've completely forgotten them.
There's a fairy in a box by a cave in Lake Hylia. So that could be something we look for real fast.
Yeah, we do.
But let's go to the ranch and do the barn.
Yeah, but the Spider-Man on PC is great. A lot of people still want Bloodborne, which with Elden Ring hype, but like, give some exclusivity to something.
I mean, everyone's gonna want. If a game is good enough, people are gonna want it on more platforms, and that's fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine.
Oh, also, swap to your regular tunic, also, because you're not gonna want to take double damage from anything in the pit. At some point. Because in the pit, the Sora tunic will do you nothing.
Joe just hates fashion.
I mean, I like fashion enough that if you get in a real bind, you're going to have to switch to your magic armor so that you don't take health damage and you take rupee damage instead. You may need it.
Alright, we're going to the branch. Okay.
And it just says, under the barn, or you dig or whatever, so just turn into wolf, go to sense mode, and see if you can find a big spot.
And then, we got more, like, gameplay of Stray, the cat game.
I actually think... I was, like, vaguely aware of this. I think it looks really fun. I kind of want to play that.
More power to you.
I think it looks weird.
What is he doing?
And... What is the post? He just shows up places, by
Stray is out on PC.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's coming out July 19th for everybody else.
For PS5.
For PS5, it's
yeah, switch to sense mode and see if there's a divot somewhere. It's probably by the bar.
I thought it was at night only.
No, they can show up anywhere. Oh, angry goat.
it looks interesting. Like the guys were kind of scared of him, and then there was like
I thought that was. I didn't expect that, but that implies some story stuff. So if you go in the barn as Wolf Sense, is there a spot in there?
I just looked, and yeah, I did note that Stray will be included in the new PlayStation Pass thing.
In the higher tiers or whatever, yeah.
Which is kind of cool, I guess. Shit.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. And just remember, be quick about bottling it, because if there's more chews, they apparently try to merge with the rare one first.
Got it.
Awesome. Yeah, the rare ones, it's the same effect as the Great Fairy tier, which is full health and bonus attack.
Yep.
Yes. And so now we can go to Lake Hylia and see if there is in fact one guaranteed fairy in the box. Also, to kill all the stuff and or break all the pots, I bet there's or light the lanterns. Looks like there's a...
Let's make sure there might be... Let's, just in case there's a fairy in here, I have a bottle ready.
True. Yeah.
I doubt it, but you never know. What else do I have on my notes here? Oh! How about Roller Drome?
The first thing I saw with that art style, I was like, wait, is Sable getting ported too? Because Sable is a very similar art style, and I was really surprised. I was like, no, I thought Sable was like not happening for anything else. But then we got Tunic, so we're like, maybe. But then no, it's. I mean.
Tony Hawk meets first-person shooter.
Yeah, I wonder, is it third-person shooter?
It's third-person shooter. Sorry.
Is it multiplayer?
I don't.
Is it meant to be like a battle royale, or
God,
was it single player?
I don't.
It's a campaign.
I think it's single player.
Which
I
is
don't know for sure.
I mean, it looks neat.
The idea is funny. Like,
I certainly have no beef with the idea, but also I certainly not for me.
Also, what?
but also okay.
God. It's sure was something. I was like, you know what? If I get PlayStation Plus, like the subscription, and that came with it, I'd play it.
Oh, I mean,
I'd play it for a little bit.
My husband played one of the first when they started doing. They revamped PlayStation Plus or something like that, and there was this Rocket League Battle Royale thing. I can't remember what it's called.
What?
It wasn't Rocket League brand, but it was like drive cars and do tricks, but also crash into each other and do damage and be last one standing.
That sounds fun. Was it the roller derby game? Or not the roller derby game? It was the demolition derby game. I know what game you're talking about.
It was really cool. It wasn't great, and I certainly was not the target audience, but it seemed fun.
Like sometimes you just need a game that you can turn on for like 20 minutes to just shut your brain off and go, haha, fun game.
Yes, that game definitely like scratched that itch for sure. So, by the way, this just said, a box by a cave in Lake Hylia. I assume the cave is the one by the tower.
Yeah, over this way.
So I'm going to guess, and I guess just be a human, break a box by rolling into it, and see what happens.
We'll figure it out.
You actually... We'll do this later because your wallet's maxed out, and I think you get some money. The Lake Hylia fairy fountain actually has a bunch of stuff in it.
Oh, this box right here.
Yeah. So, is that a fairy? We'll find out.
It is a fairy.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Neo Seeker Post.
Thanks, guy.
From 2006.
Fuck yeah, dude. Neo Seeker. Fucking, that shit rocks.
Random forum post from 2006.
Hell yeah, brother.
To be clear, they only do 8 hearts. Your other potions will do full health. So, ideally, you get low and use your other stuff before the fairy. But the fairy is insurance.
Alright.
And I will also help you. There is some hidden health within the Cave of Ordeals.
Where am I going?
So we need to now warp to the desert.
Oh, it's the thing in the corner. It's right when you warp.
Which also, so I want to lay some stuff out before we start. But you can do the warp. It is, can't save in the middle or anything like that. you should play very conservatively. Every floor has you walk in from the top and you can look down. If it is reasonable to do so, sparing a couple of arrows or bombs to take out enemies without getting up close and personal is always going to be better, and you absolutely can do. Not every floor will that even be possible in. But if it is, we
Guess
should
we're gonna find out.
But we should try.
Here we go.
And absolutely use wolf, and in particular on some floors, you can find health buried on the ground as a wolf. And so on those floors, I will try to stop you and say, "Hey, if you've taken damage, after you clear the room, turn into a wolf, and turn into a wolf and make sure you get that health."
So we have we have 2 more games to talk about before we talk about Final Fantasy 16, and then I'm pretty much done with my news. We can talk about Pokemon and other stuff. So the first one was the fucking anime game that was not done by Bandai Namco.
Yeah, what was that about?
Eternite.
Eternite.
Eternites. It's like Eternal 90, whatever. It's a dating sim hack and slash anime game.
Yeah, and I noticed there one maybe male option, cool if that's there, but debatable if it'll be there.
Yeah, that guy.
They made a point of not showing that, but I was like, all right. Well, I mean, I would hope.
I mean, it's Japan,
but also it's Japan. But yeah, in general, like, cool.
It looks kind of neat.
Claw shots can kill keys if you want to conserve some arrows.
Oh, they can?
Yes, they do a very small amount of damage, but keys have like the lowest amount of health possible.
Wait a second.
And you will definitely want to have some arrows
this?
around. Obviously, it's harder to hit the claw shot, but if you do,
whoop. I gotta just bring them up to me.
Yep.
Which is hilarious. It looked kind of cool, to be honest with you. I was like,
I mean, it looks
this
like
game is kind of neat. The music was really good. It was like this cool, like, action-ass music. All right, that's not
the visual style was neat. Anime cutscenes always fun.
Yeah. I mean, they're taking a bit from the Persona book, making it a calendar that counts down, and then.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, there was a calendar.
I wasn't paying attention super closely, but
there was a calendar in the top right, and like it's like a couple days until the monster evolves, and I'm like, the fuck does that mean?
Yep.
Which was pretty cool. So that game looks neat. I'm not sure I'd play it just because I don't have time for video games anymore.
Claw shot for these guys too. Too late. This, if you take damage, there's 1 heart buried on this floor.
We don't take damage.
Good.
It looks really cool. I thought that like the action music was like fucking neat.
I saw it and it piqued my interest for sure. I was definitely like, what is this situation? I don't really play dating sims. I never have. I probably would enjoy.
I like them. I think they're just fun.
But yeah.
Fuck these guys. These guys are gross.
Yes, I actually don't know the best way to kill these guys. The Skyward Sword ones have a similar situation where they walk around and you can't just hit them, but because of the motion controls in Skyward Sword, you can do an up slash to automatically put them on their back, and in this game that doesn't work. I don't do the arrows actually. They do damage.
Yep. Just kill 2 of them and then
also,
go fight the other one by
you can toss bombs and do some bomb arrows. That's why we stocked up. Yeah, we'll definitely want to keep. I think you'll definitely want to keep minimum like 20 or 30 arrows in the back pocket.
But I think the thing that surprised me the most about the anime game was it had no Bandai Namco attached to it at all, which Bandai Namco is usually responsible for like all the fucking anime games, just all of them. So it's like you have a bow and arrow. You scared the shit out of me, to be honest.
Yep. This one is 3 archers, yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting, so I was like, maybe I would just give it a try just for that aspect alone, the fact that it's like not them. And then an interesting one that some people will care about but others will not is new Street Fighter Street Fighter
Oh,
6.
this is huge. I saw that, and the problem is I only recognize like the big three of like Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the other characters, so they had this whole thing. I'm like, should I know who this is? This looks like Street Fighter.
It's
like,
Luke. I thought it was Street Fighter because they said Capcom, and I was like, is this? But I was like, at first I was like, is this a created character? Is that what this is?
I thought it was a playable avatar for a fighting game, but I did not know it was. I did not know it was a character from Street Fighter.
But yeah, speaking of it, looked like there was like a open world-ish type of thing where you go and do these like fights and stuff.
That's actually
and, like,
a really cool idea.
Choose a mentor and all that stuff and like play this like story. Which, to be fair, a lot of fighting games back in the day had a story mode where you could do like things like that, or it was the Mortal Kombat where you just like you just fight a bunch of them in a row type thing. It's like that was the story.
This room has health buried on it,
shit.
so it's okay to take some damage. There are 3 hearts here, so you get those for free, so to speak.
Okay, got that one.
You definitely have not fought Dodongos very much in this one.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're tough. I think these are one of the more interesting Dodongos to fight, but they're hard.
More so, I got interrupted by a bunch of fucking fire keys.
Yeah. I saw this floor and I was like, ooh, this one's rough. I was like, the curve from a bunch of torch slugs to fire keys and Dodongos is kind of nuts. But yeah, if you turn into a wolf, there will be 3 hearts buried on the floor of this room.
Okay.
The next room is also bound to be annoying.
Yeah, so I really thought this Street Fighter looked freaking cool. Well, it looks like Street Fighter 5. I mean, the graphics were... I mean, they're not going to change the engine of the game much, is the thing. I like this like graffiti look they're going with. I thought that was really cool.
You know, I will say, I liked Chun-Li's design.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Chun-Li's all about kicking.
Mm-hmm.
And historically, she's always had, like, no pants and a skirt.
Yeah.
They gave her tights. They can actually show her kicking. Like, this is one of those things where, like, okay, sure, sexy Chun-Li and all that, but, like, her whole thing is kicking, and you can actually show that if you give her dang tights. You know? I just thought that was an interesting thing, because I was like, wow, Chun-Li not completely pantsless? That's crazy.
And also, like, the little, like, toy with him, so they kicked his, like... barely like he's like the flick, but it was with a foot. She's like dink. That was pretty cute.
No, I thought it looked really good.
The trailer was awesome.
I don't care about Street Fighter at all, but I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah,
and I bet that game brings in some new fans.
I would agree with that actually. Gotta have turning skins. That's true.
Yes. This is also Archers, yeah. Archers, I will say though, by the way, or no, there are Archers in this game.
Yes, there are.
Archers, I believe, die in 1 arrow if you ever need to do that. Also, just to give you a hint as to where we're going in this, the final floor is 3 Dark Nuts at once, and they're like. So just be ready for that. Those last couple floors, you will probably need your magic armor, which is a good thing that we're collecting health. I'm sorry. You know, I'm doing the best I can.
What are you talking about, Kaleido? Also, hello. It's so good to see you. Actually, what we were talking about is how we were glad that she just had tights on.
Yes.
And not
just
bare leg.
Can we talk about, thank God, the dang Pokemon character had tights? Oh my God.
We have Pokemon to talk about still.
Thank God she had tights.
Like,
make the adult characters as sexy as you want. Thank God the child was wearing tights.
Oh boy, we have Pokemon to talk about. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 16 now that Kaleido's actually here, because I'm sure if she haven't watched the trailer, you should. It's incredible.
My Google keeps interpreting everything I say. It's yelled at me like 3 times thinking I've said stuff.
What is
weird.
What the fuck is this? Oh, this turns in the fairy. This is a great fairy. Oh, whoa! You're cool.
Yeah!
You're kind of naked, but you're cool.
Honestly, this was the main reason I wanted to do the Cave Ordeals. This is the only place you see great fairies. This is the only place you see the design.
Ooh,
and I think it's a really cool design.
Their wings are really pretty. Oh, also, if you haven't noticed, or if you haven't looked yet, we have new emotes in the chat.
Yes, we do.
Done by the wonderful Kleido Inc. And they are fucking amazing.
I think my favorite...
I love the cozy. The cozy is just so...
I'm gonna be honest. I think my favorite is the whale.
The whale is so good!
I do really like the whale.
I told her, she's like, so do you want a whale? I don't get this. What's going on? I was like, so I explained it. I'm like, I want a whale with just a ditto ass face, just straight ditto face.
Yep.
And she delivered perfectly.
Yes.
It's so good. I love it. These are so good. So thank you again. I really appreciate it.
These are wonderful.
I love them. We have a bunch of animated ones. Even my mod now has one. She has her own little jumping kitty slime. So.
Oh yeah, Mr. Content Creator guy who knows what they're doing. Link her in the description of the video or whatever.
She's actually linked to all of my emotes, but
good.
Then I can shout her out there too.
That's the thing. I was like, this is a thing.
Yeah. Also, you're a mod. You could do that.
Oh, I know. I just don't know how.
Oh, okay, fair.
It was that I don't know how.
Fucking fair, I guess. What the shit is this about?
You know what I would say actually for this next little bit? After every 10th floor you need a new dungeon item to get past like the next floor or whatever. I will say you will get some money. There's a floor here coming up that I will probably tell you to use to use your magic armor for just a bit, because you're collecting money that you otherwise can't use right now.
Correct.
And so the magic armor you can replenish a little bit, and there's a floor that's going to be just frankly annoying. So this one was a ton of rats. The next one is one giant chew. Oh, this is Spinner, by the way.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 16. We saw that today, where we thought we were actually going to see. A lot of us were under the impression we were seeing Final Fantasy VII or Part 2.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, look what we got. I was like,
But
I mean,
no.
I'll watch it. I'll do that. That's
I told you, it's
That was funny. That was very comical.
Yep. Oh,
it's like a bomb shoe. So
conservatively, I say.
That game, new Final Fantasy game, it looked real good. But
I agree.
But I'm a little, I'm a little tired of action.
The bomb immediately put it to the smallest pieces.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All the other weapons, when you hit them, they split into half of what they were. The bomb put them all the way at the smallest piece. That's actually really cool information. I did not know that. That makes fighting the big ones way easier.
Oh, look, there's another big one. Oh, it's with the one guy inside of it this time.
This is the Chew Worms, is what they're labeled as. I thought they had a different name, but yes. And there's, 4 of them. The room after this is one where you should intentionally use your magic armor when we get to it, but no need yet.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 16, we got some lore stuff. We have what they call the icons, that are basically the Eidolons or the summons of the game. We saw Garuda.
The icons, I believe the icons refer to the human component.
No, that's the dominant.
Oh, I think you're right. I think the dominant's the person, the icon.
The dominant is the person who holds the icon.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay, the next floor is going to be annoying. Use your magic armor, and there is money buried in this room, which is why you're going to use your magic armor.
So, yeah, we have So we have Garuda. She looks awesome. She's very much like her Final Fantasy 14 design. It's mostly been Eidolons. I can't remember when icons was used before. What was icons used for back in the day? Let me look. Final.
Googling it. I also see Primal.
Yeah, Primal's been used before.
It just says Final Fantasy XIV uses icons,
Okay. Well, they also use primals. They also call
Yeah.
them primals.
also known as icons. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Final Fantasy. It's also Final Fantasy 14 talk. Okay, oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Because they've been called Eidolons, they've been called summons, they've been called aeons.
Yep.
Oh, this is this room, huh?
Yeah, that's why I said this is one that you're allowed to comfortably use.
Bunch of assholes. All right,
Yeah,
here we
use
go.
your boomerang, use your, stuff like that. But there are 100 rupees buried in this room, and you've of course been finding rupees this whole time.
Oh, you dick.
And it's okay if you lose more of that, obviously, just because like you've been making a lot of money over the course of this that you thus far haven't been able to use. Oh, I didn't know that if you finishing strike and miss, your sword gets stuck in the ground. That's also kind of a cool
That was
detail.
very annoying. But yes, we have Garuda. Looks great. Titan.
Okay.
Titan looks really cool, I think. in my
Oh,
opinion.
I agree. I think Titan is one of the ones they sort of undershoot. And like I said, money buried in here as a wolf.
We don't see Titan too much anymore, to be honest with you. I think, which is kind of a shame. We saw Titan in Final Fantasy 14, so really, it's a really big piece of Final
Wasn't
Fantasy.
Titan a big part of 15?
No.
I thought there was a Titan fight with a giant dude. That's Titan, right?
There's Leviathan. There's
I thought there was a Titan fight. I know there's also a giant turtle.
no. There's the turtle, the Animantoys,
Yeah,
which is
but
like
I thought there was a giant person fight when I watched my husband play that game.
there's
I
a
don't
like
truly know.
an armored giant.
Maybe that's all it
or
was.
an iron
Maybe.
giant. Yeah, there's like a big like Final
No,
Fantasy.
it's Titan. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm like,
It's Titan.
It's Titan.
Are you sure? I don't.
XV Titan.
It's been like 10 years since I played this game.
Titan XV. Yeah.
Titan boss fight. Oh, I guess you do. God, yeah, 2016. This game came out 6 years ago. Oh, yeah, the meteorite. Yeah, this guy. Okay, I remember this.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't look like Titan. He looks fucking weird.
I don't know, it looks like a Titan to me.
He do look like a Titan. He has the same kind of facial structure here in this game that the Dominant kind of had as he like transformed.
Yeah.
I do gotta say that 16 doesn't look like the same action that 15 does.
It looks. To me, it looks closer to 15 than to 7R. But it doesn't look particularly much like either.
Yeah, the UI is very clean. Looks very much like kind of like 13 inspired UI, which is really nice.
Yes, which that was the thing that like 7R was clearly trying to at least emulate a little bit of the 7 vibe.
But like it just looks. It does look like boring action combat as well. I don't disagree, because like at first, and this is my worry is. At first, action combat is really fun because you're like, "Oh yeah, this is intuitive and this is fun," and then it's like, "Yo, this motherfucker just won't die."
That I will say, I think 7R, and I know you've only played the demo. It depends on basically health totals and damage output and stuff like that. I personally find 7R, if anything, lean on the opposite end, where sometimes fights are too fast, and that's frustrating.
So okay, I'm so glad Kaleido's here. God damn, this woman understands what I'm about to say next. I thought.
Slow down, or I'm gonna get replaced.
I thought this game looked a lot like Devil May Cry. The combat style with the switching in between the weapons and stuff. Because because it was really like when I noticed that he went from a lance to the what was it, the gauntlets? Yeah, it's the lance to the gauntlets. I was like, oh, this is very much like Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, and Devil May Cry 5. I was like, that's gonna be kind of crazy. And what's really interesting about the Devil May Cry games is the combat never feels like it never feels dull, because you're always trying to every time you do a fight, you have this cool gauge next to you and you have to do combos and stuff, and you get the cool gauge. The more the cool gauge goes, the more red orbs you get, red orbs are a currency that allow you to use your upgrade to get upgrades in the game.
I might watch. There's a streamer who has done some like not let's play, but like highlight reel of a let's play or whatever. She did a bunch of Xenoblade stuff that was really good, and she just started some Devil May Cry stuff. So I might actually watch.
Devil May Cry is really fun. They're really fun
there's
action
the
games.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, the story's rough.
We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I would say the thing you could absolutely more liberally use your magic armor in this dungeon. You're making more money than I thought. You don't want to do it every floor, but I think a balance of switching back and forth is totally reasonable in the Cave of Ordeals.
Ooh, I missed that hoe.
Well, who cares? You killed off the Stallhounds.
There we go. So yeah, the Devil May Cry games are really fairly fun action games. And what I noticed with Final Fantasy XVI's combat is the side we noticed the like perfect dodge, perfect counter, the iconic strike, and all that stuff. It's like, oh, this is very much, and each one had a star to it. There was like a 3-star, a 2-star, and a 1-star.
Yeah, and strategy, like that's sort of the thing is there's this idea of is combat skill based where you have to dodge more and miss things, or where you do or is it like puzzle based, which is a lot of times with turn-based combat when you need to make it hard. A lot of times turn-based combat is basically a puzzle. There is a part buried in this room, just one.
Okay.
And these guys just get in the middle and spin attack.
If you can get...
Or get against the wall so
and
they
all
all clump up.
Destroyed.
And they do the exact wrong thing for this situation.
We're doing fine. We're
but yeah,
fine.
there's fun.
Yeah, and
okay, the next floor has a possibility for a rare chew. So, if you manage to get to the rare chew right away, kill it, and immediately drink the rare chew juice that you have.
Drink its friends.
Get the... If you can get to the rare chew before it merges, and kill it, drink your own, but don't drink it unless you have a guaranteed replacement.
Well, I don't see a rare chew at all.
It says...
Oh, God!
It says it is possible.
Oh, it's there, but it's going to be very hard to get to.
Yeah, if you get...
No, it's so hard to get to. Anyway, excuse me.
Yep. Actually, no, there was yellow. I didn't see a rare. I only
Yeah,
saw
it was yellow. It wasn't sparkling.
So switch to bombs, yeah. But yes, okay, never mind. It was just a possibility. I was gonna say, like, if it works out, it works out, and you get it, and you get some health back for free. And if you don't, that's fine.
Hit him, Jesus. So, the most recent like action JRPG I can talk about was Tales of Arise, and at first I loved it. I thought it was super fun, and then the enemies just kept getting. No matter, it was really hard to grind. They kind of turned it into, hey, if you pay money, you can get like experience and levels and stuff, or you spend all this time grinding. And it's like, okay, all right. And the pacing got shitty, and it was like the front half of that game is incredibly fun. The back half of that game is bad.
I think that they did some good stuff with 7R. Some of the later fights that are really hard, some of the stuff they do is they do stuff where they will charge up a big attack and you have to go hide behind cover.
Yeah, it's either hide or break them is usually how those kind of games work.
So they add some interactivity that way, which is nice. And they also mix it up where they will add sections where you're switching between different parties, and so your fighting style has to change. Like, 7R has a lot of party splitting, so it'll be like, towards the end of the game, it's like, okay, now you have to do a boss fight as Cloud and Tifa. Now you have to do one as Barret and Aerith. Now you have to do one with any 3 that you want, and now you have to do them with 3 of them, but Aerith is out of the party right now, and stuff like that. And so they do kind of force you to do
artificial difficulty nonsense.
Well, and it forces you to change style a little bit too. Yeah. So that you're not just because you can play just Cloud for like most of 7R, but definitely not all of it. Oh, the next floor is nothing. You will need the ball and chain to get past it. The floor after this will have 3 hearts. But this one, you will, do your thing.
Trying to get these ice keys up here so I don't get just obliterated by them.
Same way that, I believe when you boomerang them too, you're like safe to be next to them for a second before they get their like aura back.
Yep. Oops.
Action combat is tough. It's hard to do it in a way that's satisfying. It's hard to do it in a way that is interactive. It's hard to do it in a way that gives you all the stuff that you want while not, just turning into the hard bosses are damage sponges.
And I think that's really the issue is like a lot of action games just go, it's a damage sponge.
Yep, this guy just has 1,000,000 health, and you have to deal with that.
Oh, Joe, get off the podcast. Cloudo's replacing you. Oh, yes, Ted is so good about that. It's like, oh, hey, it's a flyer. Titus, try it. Oh, you suck, idiot. Let me throw this ball at it.
I'm thinking 7R does a little bit of that.
Yeah, 7R tries to do that.
Because it's like, Barrett's the only one
who can do the long-range stuff.
For a long time. Aerith has a little bit, but like, it takes a while to get that. It takes a long time to get her into the party. And then even then, you don't fight a lot of range stuff right away. And then...
Honestly, forgot we had
Horizon, what they do, of course, is Horizon makes you do... you use different weapons for different situations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so reminder. This next floor has 3 hearts on it. Also, I will tell you now, it has the invisible rats. You will need to turn into a wolf.
The one thing I wish I would have remembered that I had in Horizon to talk about that I haven't mentioned to you is I got a rope caster super late. And in original Horizon Zero Dawn, I loved the rope caster.
The canister or the regular? Because it has both.
The regular rope caster where you can tie them to the ground.
Yes.
I didn't get one till very late in the game.
Yeah, okay.
And I love that weapon.
You can get them earlier. I had one for a long time. I didn't use it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very good.
Guess who didn't get it for a while, and then he got a purple one, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, because didn't they add elemental ropes too?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
because I figured that out when I did the goddamn Tremor Tusk fight in the arena.
Yeah, because I was gonna say there is arena fights with the demon stuff, and then there's also I thought there was a hunting ground that required you to use a ropecaster.
No, just the canister. No, the hunting grounds don't require you to use anything.
Yeah, they do. One of the hunting grounds requires you outright to use a shredder gauntlet, because there was like you have to explode multiple gauntlets or whatever. You are getting wrecked by rats, my dude.
I know, and I don't fucking know what the fuck the issue is, to be honest with you. I didn't mean to do that.
I don't know if you actually can kill the invisible enemies without being in sense mode.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. This stupid other rat was in my fucking way.
Yeah, there's 3 hearts here.
I got my ass destroyed by some rats. This is the most damage I've taken yet. Although I hate those assholes.
I mean, they're annoying. I was talking about this at our party recently with friends. In Hollow Knight, the most annoying enemies to me were these like just normal ass enemies that had a particularly annoying projectile pattern that was really difficult to deal with. And I went on a meme subreddit later, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a meme. How annoying these guys are. And they're just regular ass enemies." Yeah, that's totally reasonable. But anyways, yeah, action combat.
It has to be done well.
Yeah, and then there's action platformers like Hollow Knight. It's action combat. It's dodge-oriented action combat. But
I think
it also...
I'm trustingly hopeful just because the guy who did Devil May Cry is the one who is doing and Dragon's Dogma, which is actually like kind of a cult hit that has so like amazing combat. So I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
Let me look up real fast. Can Gyptos in this game be killed in a unique way?
Can they be killed by the fire?
Well, that's the thing. You don't have fire arrows, so I didn't know.
You just have the lantern. Can I set them on fire with a lantern?
I don't know. Let's see here.
Move, idiot. Jesus.
– 12 arrows, 2 bomb arrows, ball and chain.
Ball and chain might be a good idea, honestly, because I can like be far away.
I think you can one-shot them with the ball and chain, and you should be able to do it from far away enough that they won't do their scream.
Get the fuck out of here!
It might require it to do both sides because they do damage on the way in and out. Yeah, you have to hit both, but as long as you do,
worth it.
Yep. Cool. Next one. Next floor has archers.
Oh, hello. Stop. Thank you.
You're doing pretty good, by the way. This next floor is the halfway point.
That's not bad, to be honest.
Nope. I mean, obviously it gets harder as you go on, so like you have more later, but like, yeah, you're doing pretty darn good.
Bro, they just keep lining up. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it has regular.
So I am gonna hold my judgment. I'm a fucking slut for Final Fantasy, so I'm probably gonna buy it, and if I don't like it, I'll probably just won't play it. But I'll just have it on my shelf and be like, "Ha! I collect games."
Yep. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be better than 15, but we'll see. Stalfos, ball and chain for these guys.
I'm gonna play
because I think it ignores the need for bombs.
I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, that story was pretty cool, but the gameplay sucked big ass."
But I bet my husband will, and I bet I will watch him play it. Is probably what will happen.
I mean, you're playing 7R, so I'm sure you play it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we'll see. I don't think I'll play it right away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ball. Oh, that was sexy.
Bro, can I ball and chain these fuckers too? To be honest.
Skulltulas? I actually don't know. Maybe.
Can I?
The problem will be all the bubbles in the room. But if you just swing the ball and chain in a circle around you, I don't know if it kills them, and I don't know if they will approach you. Oh my god.
It doesn't kill it.
It doesn't kill. That's shocking.
But it sure as hell like puts it on the ground, which is kind of funny.
And again, you can regular bombs. You can throw off the ledge.
That's true, actually.
And you have 60 of them, which is why I was like, go for it. Yeah, I like I said, ultimately I like 7R's combat. I like that the bullet time is unlimited and it's really slow, so it's not permanent. You cannot save yourself from everything, but you can take as long as you need to make a decision.
That's not
like 100%. You can take as long as you need to make decisions in 7R, which I think is good.
Move out of the way.
You killed one of those bubbles with the bomb.
Move. I meant to target that thing and I missed it, and so I ended up taking a little bit more damage than I wanted to. That's okay.
That's fine. You're doing okay. Again, we have a fairy and 2 full heals. My only main concern really is that we're gonna get to the flippin' dark nuts at the end, and you're just gonna take all your damage there because they hit really hard, and so you may need all your health there.
Ooh, there's a lot of goblin.
That's what I was finding out. I was doing in Kirby has an end game like gauntlet boss rush type thing, and I really struggled with it. I literally need to just power up and grind some stuff because I was trying to.
There's a lot of dudes with swords here.
Yeah, this might have been an actual good one for the bomb. It's a tournament and you can like pay coins or whatever to restart where you were instead of restarting the whole thing. And I wasted like all of my money trying to restart over and over, but I literally just like couldn't beat the last floor without buffs and stuff. And so I wasted all of my money and then had to give up anyways.
No!
Which just sucks. So now I have to just go grind because what else am I gonna do? which just really blows. So I have to grind the lower boss rush or the lower tournament stuff. Wait, before you go down, what floor did you just do?
There's a bunch of dudes with swords.
Oh, I think I missed a heart for you. Lizalfos and Bak. Yeah, and this one is Stalfos and Bubbles and Stal Children. Yeah, I missed a heart. Sadly. It's 2 floors back. I don't think you can backtrack floors.
No, you can't.
Nope, you missed it. It's literally 1 heart, but
whatever.
I was gonna get it, and also it doesn't matter, you can't get it now. It's too late.
So we also have Pokemon news, and
yeah,
the world is being taken by storm by Lechonk.
Which, just to be clear, it seems like they kind of stumbled onto greatness here because Lechonk, or Lechonk, is literally like roast pork. So
I'm sure that is very intentional.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ball and chain. Do it. Oh yeah, hot. Yeah, you should be doing a little bit more magic armor here and there. Like every other floor.
Alright.
But yeah, no, I Lechonk is hilarious and awesome. They definitely stumbled onto greatness there.
So the game...
I say stumbled on as if they didn't do it intentionally. It's entirely possible that they knew exactly what they were doing.
They knew exactly what they were doing. So the interesting thing we have is like we're time-based story.
Yes, this has been confirmed basically in like 4 different situations.
Yeah. You have Primal Instinct Mommy and you have Future Daddy, and it's
whose
like
names themselves are based off of whose names themselves are plays on words involving the words past and future in Spanish in the English localization. And then in the other languages, they're different versions of that. And then you've got the 2 legendaries, their names use the Japanese words for like ancient and future. Mm-hmm. And then the 2 houses, the purple and the orange, there's like 2 different starting houses and they're very different style. Like that's very obviously what they're doing. I did see one hilarious theory though.
Uh-oh.
What if Lechonk is our bird? Because it's a flying pig. What if it's our normal flying bird?
Oh my god! What if it is our normal flying bird?
Maybe not.
Lechonk the flying bird.
But if it became a flying pig and it was the bird, that would be incredible. I don't think it will be, but my god, I suspect it's the starting normal rodent. But like,
yeah, it is.
Man, if it's not though, oh, that would be incredible.
Can you fucking imagine? Now all I want is a flying pig.
I know. It would be. Yes.
I saw
there
one.
There are 2 more, by the way, Demos below you, so make sure you get far enough away that they don't laser you the moment you touch the ground.
I saw a thing on Twitter. It was someone drew like the Smoliv, and it was just this giant buff olive guy with like a olive loincloth type thing and some olive like things, and he's like, it's like grass fighting type. It's like, that's fucking awesome.
I saw one piece of art that was speculating that shiny Smoliv will be black.
Oh, because the black olive.
Yes. Yep.
Yo.
I personally like when the shinies are random colors and not catered, but they have kind of shown in recent years that.
I mean, cater
shinies,
a little bit.
Huh?
Cater a little bit.
Yeah, in the original, I believe they were just doing palette swaps where they literally were like, because of how sprites are made in bitmaps, they were literally just like, they would assign it a Pokemon would just use a different bitmap for a different Pokemon. Or a different color mapping or whatever. And so so they were effectively all random.
Kitty's here!
They just used a different one. But in the recent years, they have clearly started like picking out colors that make sense for what they want the shinies to be, which is fine. But I do like the ones where it's like, I don't need. But for example, the thing that I don't like is they're like, oh, this we made a new plant Pokemon, or a new grass Pokemon, and its shiny also has to be green because it's a plant still. I'm like, no, I want the plant to be purple. Like, make it a nonsense color. I don't need it to also be green because it's a plant. Like, it's shiny. I don't care.
Yeah. But at the same time, also fun. I gotta drag the beam. I was right the first time. I just gotta drag the Beamos over there.
No, you just gotta. They're both standing on switches.
Oh, they have to be unreleased.
Yes. But yeah, in recent years there's been some Pokemon where I'm like, this shiny is clearly trying too hard to make sense. I'm like, I don't want it to make sense. This is another Dodongo room, by the way. So have fun.
I'm gonna put on magic armor probably.
Yeah, this is all fire enemies. I'm gonna go refill my drink real fast. So
I also want another beer, but
well, you gotta clear this floor. Yeah, do this floor first.
Ooh, can the ball and chain hurt Dodongos? Yeah, Kitty. Oh wait, you're not here yet. We'll save that for when she's back here. But we're gonna hear. I am the doomsayer of Pokemon, and I think Pokemon is lazy in a minute. So that'll be fun for everybody involved. God, these enemies are annoying as hell. Bro, can I just do this, please? I can. Oh, hell yes. Alright, we're gonna try this, see how this works. And it works. Okay. Cool. That worked out pretty well, actually. Not gonna lie. A Poe and some idiots. Oh boy. I want to take care of the Poe first, but I feel like that's gonna be hard to do. Yeah, that's what I was a little afraid of. That's okay. Yep, that's fine. Oh god, this was a mistake! This was a mistake!
Yeah. I think they got you exactly with the trap that they were trying to lay here.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to at least try and, like, get some space in between me and the Poe.
No, I understand. This is a hard floor. I don't want to minimize that. But I think they did.
Ah, shit! Oh, shit!
Exactly.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Okay, run away, run away, run away.
Fun fact, the ball and chain, not in every situation, but it can work as a shield. The ball, when you're just holding it, can shield you from certain things.
I just killed 2 of them, so this will be the last one here, and then I'll just kill him. We're good. So yeah. Pokemans. Online, open world type thing, right? They committed to saying that you don't have to go in the direction you're forced to go?
No, they said that there will be no overarching order to the world. Now, I assume that there will be stuff that...
I'm sure there's gatekeeping in a sense, right?
Like, you're not going to be able to go to the Elite Four right away. But it said that there is no... The story does not dictate in order.
I'm assuming there's going to be some, like...
The next floor has 1 heart buried on it. It also has invincible rats.
God, I hate these fucking things. I'm assuming that it's gonna be like, if you have X amount of potions, then you can do this story trigger type thing. Is what I'm guessing is going to happen.
I'm gonna guess, yes, there will probably be some stuff like that, where you just need to do things. It doesn't matter how many you do, but you do need to do them. And then there will probably be some stuff where, like, you just have to complete certain landmarks before you're allowed to go. But the idea that from the very beginning, you will always have options on where to go next. I think will be very cool.
Yeah, and I'm interested how the co-op or like the 4-player aspect is gonna do. Like, what does that do for us? Like, how is that gonna affect how the game is played? Did it look like to you it had a little bit of Arceus and a little bit of Sword and Shield mixed into it? Like, I swear to God, there was a point where you threw a Pokeball without having a Pokemon out.
That definitely wasn't there.
Okay, so I was just seeing things.
However, battles in the overworld seem to be a thing. Seeing most, if not all, of Pokemon in the overworld seems to be a thing.
Oh yeah. So they're taking that from the Arceus playbook then.
And Sword and Shield Wild Area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think we're going back to rigid turn-based. You
fine.
go, they go, you go, they go. And there will be, which I liked the system in Arceus. I thought it made combat more interesting and more difficult, but I also think that it was less forgiving to new players, right? Like, the core Pokemon games are supposed to be pretty easy. Like, they really are. They are meant to be played by the youngest of the young.
True, they are.
Now, if they announce a hard mode that does some stuff, fine, but also, like, you can always just play set battle style. That's been an option since, like, Gen 2. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know.
True, it has been.
Arceus forced that.
That is the harder way to play.
It's also, I mean, practically speaking, it makes sense. That's what your opponents have to do.
I mean, not according to the ones who don't read the Pokedex and can't be traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that get kidnapped by Hypno.
Drift Blim.
Oh, Drifblim also, but Hypno's
Hypno
Pokedex.
also?
Yeah, it like hypnotizes them and like takes them away.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
You should be able to stand on the edge of this room and not be hit by the freeze guys.
And just hit it with a ball and chain.
And you should be able to deal with the keys better.
Oh god. This is fine. Oh, I didn't know you blew the thing because I was on the edge of the map. Alright, well that's cool. Oh, you're annoying as hell, aren't you, buddy?
Yep. Oh, I didn't think they could fully turn. You can kind of stun lock them, but it's not trivial. It has to be ball and chain, though, by the way. Bomb arrows will not work.
I know. I just want that thing to stop fucking chasing me.
You can do magic armor. There's money buried on the next floor. Considerable money, actually.
We're fine. Just needed the keys to
Okay.
stop chasing me.
Well, do magic armor for the next floor, then. Because it's 2 dark nuts. By the way, the next floor is floor 40 out of 50.
Oh, we're pretty close then. Okay.
We're pretty close. The last floors are really tough.
Oh, it's not here.
There is no more health. No, there is one more floor with health. But yes, so this next room should have 2 dark nuts. And there will be a silver rupee buried on the floor, which I believe is 200.
These are the Lance guys.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a couple more floors.
Oh, and then I'm at 440.
I misread the guide I'm looking at. It just lists each floor with the enemies.
These guys are fairly easy.
You can bomb arrow those guys, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
The Chilpos. You have plenty of bombs
shit.
and plenty of arrows, so they have range.
Oh fuck! I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, that's why it was bomb arrows.
Nah, we're fine. We're only taking 1 damage. I think
Man,
this
these
is
last
fun.
floors are tough. I just want you to know that. I think we'll do it. We still got plenty of healing. We're almost to floor 40.
Oh god,
We're
this
getting there.
looks annoying as hell.
This next room is going to be annoying. You should
Okay.
bomb arrow some
I'm
stuff.
gonna absolutely bomb arrow these fucking idiots.
Yeah. Or just bomb. You remember regular bombs roll. So you can do a couple of those. You can do some bomb arrows.
Fuck this.
Let me look and double check if you have any BMOS or anything left where you like have to use arrows. Actually, you don't have to use arrows. Technically, you can kill the BMOS with the ball and chain, but it's not fun.
There we go.
Okay, yes, you do not actually have to use arrows again. So
Oh God!
If you run out, it's fine. I mean, Michael, the last floor part. Remember, stand in the middle and just spin attack.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
That's totally what I did. Bro, what the fuck? This room looks like bullshit.
This one... Oh, this is the one. You also should bomb arrow this room.
This room looks dumb as fuck.
Chilfos should die in one bomb arrow.
We were just talking about it.
We were just talking about it, yeah.
We can keep talking about it.
We didn't talk about Palmy yet. I think he is actually differentiated enough from Pikachu. He still has cheek pouches. Fine.
I think he's cute. This is not killing these guys.
Oh, it's not a one kill. I'm sure it's doing good damage to him. But I assume...
I don't know if it's killing them at all. It's just breaking their lance.
You can kill them with a sword, so like...
Oh, I forgot that it would explode if I just let it sit there.
Yeah, Palmy looks fine. I think it's a nice... I think it's a different enough looking Pikachu situation. And it did specify that he was using his paws as the electrical thing. So I do wonder if... excuse me. I wonder if he's going to turn into like a... one sec. I wonder if he's going to turn into like an EMP Pokemon where he goes zap with his hands or something like that. That would be kind of funny. I doubt
That's
it,
fucking
but
funny. That's really funny. God, Lechonk being a flying pig is the best thing I've fucking heard.
I know. If Lechonk is the bird and it's a flying pig, that it would just be perfect.
I did say that I'm going to be as usual, I'm going to be the Pokemon doom and gloom artist here. Goddamn, figure out textures for the love of everything holy.
No, I know. It's the same thing I said with Arceus, where like I do genuinely think it's like unforgivable to look that way. But Arceus was fun enough to where it didn't. I still really, really enjoyed the game, and so from that perspective, like, if the game is fun, the game is fun. And if it can make me forget about the graphics of the terrain, I will be very happy. But if it can't...
Yeah, what was it? What was the tweet? Is like, oh, they just distracted from the graphics by making everyone smoking hot.
Yes, yes.
Oops, I did not mean to do that, but that's
okay. The next floor is 2 dark nuts, and there's a silver rupee buried on it.
Silver rupee's 50.
Silver rupee's 200. Purple's 50. So, but you only have 500. So, like, you also don't need to be in Magic to optimize this Magic Armor. Dark nuts, I will just tell you now, there is no way...
These guys?
You gotta use the sword. There is no way to do the flip-in... You can't ball and chain to do something clever.
Yeah, these guys are good tough.
And you cannot shield bash them.
Sounds like I need another beer while you vamp.
I will vamp for a sec, but I will say, before you jump in, you can take 1 hit and then maybe use a potion.
Talk about, Pokemon with Kenny, but please, Game Freak, if you hear us, just update your textures. Just please, for the love of everything, just make them at least better, and then you can keep the stylization. You can keep it; it's fine. But just make your textures better.
Yeah. What the problem is I would be happy to just like write it off entirely if we didn't have really good counterexamples of games where it, like, Xenoblade exists and it has these big worlds with huge render distances and it has crazy terrain and monsters and overworld fighting and all this stuff, and they make the game look gorgeous in all the different games. But apparently Pokemon Game Freak can't figure it out, and I am convinced at this point that the problem is something with like how they're handling memory with Pokemon to make sure that load times are fine and they have access to all the different Pokemon models like ready to go or something. It's the only thing I can think of that would be hindering the game, is that they have to keep a bunch of stuff in memory in a way that's like not normal or something, because the Pokemon models look really good.
Come on, doggies.
Yeah, load times can be bad and Switch,
not babies.
but like, and the Pokemon models are really high fidelity.
I got my puppies
High
with
polygon
me.
count, they're good textures. The Pokemon look great, and the characters look pretty good.
I have special guests on my podcast today with my puppies. They're actually
But-
joining me in my office for once.
Nice. They're being nice enough about it.
Yeah, they are babies.
I was
Except
just saying,
for
I'm
Kiara.
convinced that the graphical problem must be I'm convinced it's how they're handling memory in order to have the Pokemon
Come up.
without there being load times and stuff.
okay.
I'm convinced that there's something about how they're using memory that prevents them from being able to. It's the only thing I can think of, and then a combination of that and like poor optimization, right? Because the
Yes.
Pokemon models are really high fidelity. They have good textures.
They actually
Pokemon
looked,
look
they
really good.
they actually looked better in this game. Now, let's not take away from the fact that like the Pokemon are made, like the only ones that we saw were basically just fucking round.
Yes.
So it's not like super hard to render, but you know, it's fine, I guess.
But yeah, I'm convinced that's the source of the problem.
Oh, you side swing a lot.
Yeah, like I said, just be careful. Your shield can protect you from some hits, but not everything. And once you knock one of their armors completely off and they go into like fast mode, you will want to focus on them.
Yeah, I figured.
And also be aware, remember that when they switch modes, they will throw their weapon at you. They will throw their weapon at you as a ranged attack. So when you knock all the armor off, they'll back up for a sec.
Does
so that
Mortal
this
Draw?
time-
Does the Mortal Draw work on these guys?
I think it can, but most likely not. And as you can see, the window for doing back attacks is a lot smaller than most enemies.
Do I care about tree diversity? I want the trees to at least look good. I don't want to make them
They
look
need to
like
not
they're just
be-
a blob of shit on the ground.
They're just like V's. The textures. They also, I think, honestly, I think they're just not. I think their artistic team.
They do not look fine.
It's just they don't look good. And like, if you look at other games, again, if you look at Xenoblade, Xenoblade has a ton of terrain and trees that are made out of 2D textures, but they're just oriented in a way that doesn't look bad. They're just like, there's something about them.
This so we don't die.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Because
you're
they
right.
hit
Yep.
hard.
They do. That's what I was saying. These guys hit hard. You get boosted attack. I think it only lasts as long as until you get hit. So if
Oh,
you
yeah, it does. That guy fucking was not happy about me being there. That's for fucking sure.
so yeah, in the future, if you drink the Great Fairy Tears, you will want to try to preserve that buff a little longer.
I wasn't expecting the other one to immediately slash at me.
Shield attack straight up does not work, by the way. The shield, they will block it 100% of the time.
How do I do
just
the,
not bother.
what was it, the Skull Bash move?
You have to shield, but you have to shield attack first.
That's right, I have to shield attack.
There are really no tricks you can do against these guys. You literally just have to wait for openings and hit them when
Fuck
they're
me,
open.
dude.
There is no trick. The rolling around the side isn't gonna, like, you literally just need to get close to them, bait them into attacking you, and then jump in.
Yeah, but Kitty, they don't have a single good-looking tree.
Trees are just really easy to notice. It's just like they're right there. They get close to the camera based off of where the camera is. Kitty, let me find some. I'll do it in screen chat. I will find some good and bad examples. You focus on playing. Yeah, diving around.
I should not go sideways. I should just go backwards.
No. Yes, you should jump attack backward. You should bait them into attacking, jump attack backwards, jump attack forwards. Do not attempt straight. It doesn't do you any good.
But the fucking camera lock on is being kind of stupid, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, but, I mean, I can have other games have better gameplay and look good.
Yeah, that's, again, Kitty, it isn't even a problem with the... It isn't even a problem with, like, with that. It's also just the fact that, like, other games exist that have the same sort of scope.
From not the #1 profiting company in the world.
Well, yeah, they have the same sort of scope, and yet they don't have this terrain design problem. Like, other games manage to not have this problem while also still having a large scope. Okay, one of them has thrown their weapon. Focus on them.
I noticed.
And they usually you have to like hit them multiple times when they stagger, and then you will start doing damage to them. You will see when they stagger, though. I'm trying to find a good example, Kitty. There's...
I thought he was faster. Like, movement speed-wise.
Oh, I actually don't... Yeah, he actually isn't. He can lunge, though. The big ones don't lunge. They do big sweeping attacks, but they don't lunge.
God, that's really annoying that I'm trying to close in on one and I get hit by the other one. I'm not sure how you're gonna fight 3 of these fuckers.
That's why I was saying, that's why, sort of like I was like, you need to save your healing all for the end, because it's hard. And there is no trick, you can't finagle it in some special way.
This shit's really annoying.
Yep. Go gamer mode and focus. I'll talk about trees. Keep the stream chat here.
God, I tried to move out of the fucking way and I still got fucking hit.
It does not look great, for sure, but what it does look is full. And the way they intersect the textures, the tree looks like it is full. It looks like from all the different angles you can look, and you can see the stuff. Whereas with I'm just gonna have to find the dang trailer. Let's see.
There.
We're not limited. I don't know if Blah's in the video chat, or in the stream.
Oh, I got hit by that motherfucker.
Switch is just a direct comparison. It doesn't have to be. It's just like that's a direct comparison we're able to make. Specific and like, it's always really annoying when you're like, well, you can't compare. That's apples to oranges because that's a different platform or that's a different kind of game or whatever. But in the case of the reason we talk about it is that these are like the most direct comparison. So here's the worst defender that I see.
#1, Kitty, we're not mansplaining. We're just telling you you're fucking wrong. It's not mansplaining.
There is money buried here. Don't forget.
I'm not mansplaining shit. How dare you? I'm explaining to you that the #1 profitable brand, most recognizable brand in the world can have better textures than it looks like a 3-year-old drew a tree on a piece of paper.
I do want to be clear. It's not even just the texture per se. It's how the textures are oriented in the frame. Also, you should switch back to magic armor for the next few rooms. The next room's a great fairy, so you don't need to wear it now. But you basically should switch to magic armor for a little bit to preserve your health.
Excuse me?
Also, in a few floors, there's some hearts buried.
I'm not... What are you talking about? Kitty, listen to me, madam. I will take your emote away.
So, Kitty, in the picture I posted in stream chats, the problem isn't that the texture is bad. The texture is always going to be fine. In video games, that's generally true. If you look too close, textures don't look great. But that tree, you can very clearly, from the angle that you, the player, are going to be seeing the tree from. Yeah, and Kitty, that game's 30 years old.
Yeah, OOT's old.
Right, it looks like it's 30 years old. We can do better, and the thing the Xenoblade tree does better is you can see, and it's not a huge improvement. Xenoblade is also not perfect, but what they do is they intersect the 2D textures, because the tree is just a bunch of 2D flat textures. They crisscross them in a way that makes the tree feel more full while it's still made of 2D textures, which are just fine. But with this pine tree or whatever, number one, the angle that you're looking at this tree from is the worst angle to view it from. It's a bad angle to view this tree from, and that's the one we're gonna see it from. That's the sort of thing that Game Freak doesn't seem to figure out.
She's funny. She seems to say that Xenoblade looks like Ocarina of Time. She's silly.
The Pokemon one
silly.
looks like Ocarina of Time.
You can't be doing this stuff. You can't be sitting here just because I'm talking loud does not mean you can be an asshole. Go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Pokemon does have some good trees. The berry trees are great because they're fully 3D rendered.
Yes, they look fine. I am okay with that. If you want to have every fucking tree be a berry tree and at least have them look semi-decent, then sure. Oh, you look like Pokemon tree looks like OT? Then yeah, you're right. Oh, these idiots. What do I gotta do for these guys again? I have to hit them in the back.
What is this? You're on the... Armo. Yes, you need to hit them on the back. You might be able to do this with bombs. You might also be able to claw shot to the wall and hit them in the back with the claw shots.
That's what I'm trying to do.
That might be plausible. I don't actually know.
I mean...
Well, Kitty, if the game can make me not care, the whole point is also, the game has to make me not care. If it either needs to be... I need to be able to ignore it, or I need to be able to not care about it because the rest of the game is fun, or whatever. Like I said, switch to magic armor for a bit, just to preserve the health you have.
Nope.
Kitty, but here is another Xenoblade tree. And admittedly, I cannot seem to find one that's closer up than that. Here we go, though. Here's one that you can see from close up. I can't tell if that's actually... I can't tell if that's fan art or if that's in-game screenshot. But, you can see from these pictures... Kitty, those trees look a lot better. They look more full. You can still tell, if you're looking closely, that they're made out of 2D textures. And again, the texture is not the problem. The texture can be good or bad, it's a tree, but how the whole tree feels. People call it textures. Sometimes textures are the problem. For example, in Scarlet Violet, one of the problems was the texture for, the dirt and the grass looks really blurry. Yeah, no, but Kitty... They're still functionally made the same. It's still created by utilizing 2D textures. That hasn't changed. What has changed... Oh, Titus. I wonder if you use the potion to give yourself boosted attack, and then switch to the magic armor, and take rupee damage, but you still have full hearts, that might work.
That's interesting.
That might work. I don't know.
We'll try on the next one.
Yeah, Kitty, it's not... The problem is if you look close enough, you will see this problem. But if from a distance and from the angle that you, the player, are experiencing the element in the game, it should look good.
She's getting us fired up. I'm done indulging her.
But like, yeah, it's the tech is always going to be the same. That's how they're going to make it. But like, the problem with Pokemon is that they don't. It's just they don't do the player experience part of it well enough. I have 8 more floors left. So you just did a floor with 9 Armos. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actual fights, because the 50th floor is not a fight. This floor, by the way, is... This floor has... Look up. I think it has plants. Oh, they're on the ground. They're just hidden in the ground. It has the plant guys. This floor is actually not too bad, but you should...
Plant guys?
The Bokubabas, the ones that have the... Not the regular ones, but the...
Oh, I thought those were spiders. They are Bokubabas. You're right.
So, I would drink your Great Fairy Tears, and then switch to the Magic Armor, and see if it preserves it for a while.
Yeah, we can try. I gotta clear stuff as fast as possible.
Yes, you just gotta clear things fast. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, that's gonna be a shame. But hopefully it does.
It's really fucking funny if it does.
There are 3 hearts. You could also not, if you want to try just... Yeah, it's too late. There are 3 hearts buried up ahead, so if something happens and you do take some damage... But... Yeah. You didn't switch to magic yet. Oh, I guess you're just sitting up here.
Oh, it goes away. It doesn't matter. It just goes away.
What? No.
Yeah.
There's no way it lasts that short of an amount of time.
It's very short amount of time.
Twilight Princess, Rare Chew Jelly. Oh, it is literally 16 seconds.
That's ass.
I didn't know. I assumed
that is not good.
I actually did not know that. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently if you have Rare Chew Jelly in your inventory, the reason we didn't find one earlier on that one floor is if you have Rare Chew Jelly in your inventory, it replaces it with Yellow Chews.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can use your bow freely now, because the bows are not useful against the Dark Nuts. It's just they block it always.
We're not losing. I don't understand what you mean. There's not a win or loss argument. It's a matter of opinion.
The next room has archers.
He fucking sniped the shit out of me. Fucking American Sniper over here. You can hold your head all you want. I ran backwards. You can watch that shit. He's still American Sniper me in the dome.
Yeah.
Fucking douchebag.
This floor.
Looks
no, not the
shit.
In a couple floors, there will be 3 hearts buried on the ground. But yes, play as conservatively as you can. There are also... This one also has 3 Lizalfos.
Yeah, I saw them.
By the way, you can't just drop bombs, so if you stand by the ledge, you might be able to just drop bombs. You can't use the bomblings, because they clearly don't work on ledges. But if you stand right close to the ledge, you might be able to just set the bomb down over the ledge. Yeah. And that might bait the Lizalfos to the point that you can just kill them without ever putting yourself at risk.
What's that for? Why are you barking at the door, idiot? We're not mansplaining, you're just wrong. As we mansplain about being wrong. Okay, so that's funny. To be fair, that's hilarious. I don't care who you are, that's a funny joke. Second of all, I'm mansplaining to a lesbian, so is that mansplaining? Let's be honest.
They don't have any ranged attack, by the way. You are safe. If you've killed all the archers, there's nothing they can do
That's
to
the problem
hurt you.
is, I haven't killed all the archers.
I thought you did. There's 3.
No, there's one fucker idiot right here.
Oh. Like directly under the platform?
Got him.
Okay, cool.
Kitty, I don't know what you're talking about. Got him. Easy.
Alright. The next floor has a Poe. And also 4 Dynalphos.
God damn, this is gonna be tough.
Which Dynalphos are the ones with the like armor.
Yeah.
So you might again be able to use bomb arrows or bombs or other tricks to deal, because the Poe cannot come get you up top.
Kitty, it's not about the trees either. It's about the way that the ground looks, the way that the grass looks.
Yeah, we didn't get into it, but the earth texture also looked bad. It looked blurry.
Killed 3 of them with one fucking bomb.
They killed them?
Yeah, it straight up just one-shot them.
Wow, I did not know that. That's good to know. This should be easy now.
Was that just Maui messing around, Kitty? Was that it? Was that just Maui messing around?
I will say the actually putting Pokemon at their correct size with Flabébé being tiny is actually
Flabébé is
really
tiny
great.
is really cool.
And I'm really glad they're doing that. The only other thing that we really need to hope for at this point is that Pokemon are shiny in the overworld, which if you seamlessly go into battle, then they should be. If it's not seamless, then it will not. It probably will not show them in the overworld. But if it is seamless, then they have to be shiny in the overworld.
I wonder what they're gonna do in addressing the amount of Pokemon that are gonna be in the game.
Yes, I assume from now
Oh
on,
shit!
this next room has a bunch of shit, and also it has 3 hearts, so you can use not magic armor.
Fuck me.
Oh, I see sparkles. I see a rare chew, I think. I could be wrong.
I gotta just give myself like a fucking second of breathing room here.
Don't forget, you can shield arrows.
Oh my god damn it. The fuck is the shield button?
L or C target?
Fucking no, it just fucking wouldn't.
It's okay, there's 3 hearts buried here.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking use all of them right here on this insanely fast fucking archer. Like the fucking fastest archer in the West!
Okay.
Bro.
Oh.
Bro. Die! You fucking cuck. Alright, sorry, what?
There is no, there's only 2 archers. That, I believe, is a rare chew. So, practically speaking, you really should try to get it. There are chew, or it might be a blue chew. Blue would also be really good to get. The rest, there are Gibdos in this room, though.
I notice.
So, feel absolutely free to try to get those. The ball and chain doesn't reach.
Look here, we're just here to expand the world in our small Midwestern towns, you know? Oh yeah, but hey, Kitty, Final Fantasy looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do this.
And
Drop
Kitty,
down
one thing to
immediately, kill this idiot.
Well, go,
Okay.
if the chews drop, go for the chews.
He is not dropped yet, so we could chill. Just
Okay. I just want to be sure that's clear.
like the other 16, except it's not like the other 16.
Rare
Okay.
is
It did.
good.
This is a. Now all of them dropped.
Yep. Rare is best. Blue is next best.
Okay, please stop for just a second. Please just let me fucking get to my fucking screen. Oh my god.
Good.
I want the red one.
No, get the blue instead.
There's not a blue one. There's just a purple. It's all purple.
There is blue behind you, I swear.
No, it's all purple.
Nope, it's blue behind you. You missed it.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do against the screaming guy?
No, I mean, It's fine. You didn't get it, but also there was blue.
No, there was not a blue. I don't believe you, and you can't prove it.
I can clip it.
No, you can't.
I'm not going to.
You can't prove anything.
Lazy. There are 3 hearts buried on this floor.
No, thank God. Alright, anyway. Kitty's got me all riled up.
Go down.
Kitty's got me
The next room, after you get these 3 hearts, the next room also has invisible rats.
Oh, God.
And it has the freezy enemies. It doesn't have any keys. But it does have the spear guys, and it has the big ice guys. The fact that you got an extra rare chew jelly is massive. I now feel confident you can beat it with rare chew jelly and a
Kitty.
And a fairy.
Kitty, I'm taking away your emote. I'm gonna make Kaleido pay me back to give the emote back.
Okay, remember. Next one has invisible rats, so don't jump down until you're ready. You know, I wonder something. You should try this. You should toss a bomb into the room, immediately turn into a wolf and go into sense mode and see if the bomb will do damage.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
The bomb, when you go into the menu, the game pauses and the bomb won't blow up.
Alright, we'll try it.
And just see if it does damage to them. If it doesn't, that's fine. But like if it does...
30 fucking bombs, I guess we can try it.
And water bombs. You have a bazillion bombs, you're fine.
So if I do this, and then do this, and immediately transform into a wolf, and then immediately sense mode.
And if they have to be close to the bomb, which you'll have to see after you transform.
No, they don't even show up until I go down there.
They're not down there?
They don't even show up until I go down.
I think I see them. Go sense mode and just look for a sec. I thought I saw them scampering around. It was very faint.
Kitty.
Don't sit absolutely... No, I can see the rats. If you sit still, I can see the rats hopping around. Now, whether or not you're doing damage to them, that's a different situation, but... Don't engage with her.
Kitty, that is the biggest bait of my life. I'm not taking that fucking hook.
The style has not changed.
I mean...
For from, like, Final Fantasy...
I mean, 10 to now.
Yeah. Basically, the style of how they design characters has not changed. But... there is a significantly more detail, and there is better particle effects, and better draw distance, and better, like, all of that has gotten better.
Having such a good time,
but
having a ball. Don't stop me now.
Let me look at Chilphos and see if there is in fact a way to kill them.
Damn, cutscenes are like physically rendered or computerly rendered rather than engine rendered. That's crazy.
That Chilphos should die to 2 bomb arrows.
They are out of their goddamn minds.
This is what it says, and it's the official Zelda wiki. Maybe you need to get a direct hit. Maybe they need to not be holding a spear, but at this point, you have nothing to lose by trying.
Alright, fuck it, we'll do it.
Because
I don't have that many arrows left, so...
No, but you don't need them. But supposedly, 2 bomb arrows...
it's quick succession.
Okay.
So yes. Yes, but...
take your time.
Oops. They can't have their spear back.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, that was worth it to me.
I do agree. Alright, so we can avoid his... Oh, there's another one.
There are 2.
We can avoid both of them if we can go to this side over there.
Yes. And then deal with the rats over there. And just let them all get on you, and then spin attack. You don't need to get the full zippy doodah. You just need to get a spin attack. I don't actually think they damage you.
They don't, they just slow me down.
You just need to, so just let them get on you. They might damage you after a long enough time, but the jump doesn't kill them, only the spin attack does. So you actually don't want to have a target.
Okay, That's all of them.
And then for these guys, the thing is they turn kind of slow, but not super slow.
Not slow fucking enough.
If you hit them with ball and chain, it will stagger them, and then you have to immediately hit them again. Don't try to put the ball and chain away. Just immediately try to hit again.
Yeah, no.
But you can't... You have to do it while they're turning. So you have to, like, roll past them.
Yeah, I wonder if I can, like, roll forward twice, let them attack, and then attack them. If I can kill one, the other one's easier.
Yes. And while they're doing their stopping animation, would probably be a good time. They probably can't wind up immediately. They probably have to finish that animation.
That's fine. I figured it out. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. This is floor 46, so you only have 3 more fights left.
Easy.
Yes, now you've got it.
Whee! Look at me, I'm a pro gamer!
Okay.
Is there one more?
There is no more health, by the way.
There's one more fucking rat.
Oh, that's funny. The next floor is 1 Bokoblin, 9 stout children, which are the little skeleton guys that pop out of the ground.
Wait, is there
and
another
17 rats. Yes, it's on you.
Oh, it is on me. Huh. What's up, guy? Get out of here.
So the next one, you probably should do bombs and or bomb arrows. The stout children you won't be able to kill because they don't come out of the ground until you're ready. By the way, all of these next floors, let me like give you tips before you go. Because they're the next floors. This one is not too bad, which is just stand up top and throw bombs to kill most of the things. There's only one. Rats.
There's one guy here right now.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not gonna spawn.
The rats apparently don't spawn. So.
Wait, there's regular rats?
Regular rats and stout children, which are the little skeleton guys. It might actually be good to have the spinner out. Because the moment they start spawning...
That's actually not a bad idea.
Just pop on the spinner and immediately start attacking stuff.
Fucking...
It won't be perfect. But...
Sonic speed!
I think that's the best thing you can do.
That actually was a genius fucking idea. Oops.
Yeah.
I was trying to roll through and grab money.
I was gonna say the rats don't have health.
Oh, that was bad of me.
And you absolutely have magic armor, and I would 100% recommend for the last couple rooms, just like wear magic armor for all or most of it. And because here's the thing, you don't really need money anymore in this game. You basically don't need it anymore unless you want it. So there's really no point. Okay, so the next room is 1 Dark Nut and 2 of the Air Alphos, which are the guys with the shields that swoop down at you.
Yeah, the hookshot guys.
It's 2 of them at once and a Dark Nut. The Dark Nut is slow. So
yeah, I gotta kill the other guys first.
Yes. That said, you might be able to bomb arrow the Air Alphos before they take off.
We could try.
Let me see.
Nope, he blocks it.
He just immediately blocks it?
Yeah, he blocks it.
Okay, I thought that might be the case. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and not fucking worry about taking a ton of damage here.
Yeah. The only thing to remember is they will give you the opening to use the claw shot, and there's no point in really doing anything before that. Like, wait until they give their signal, and that you're supposed to hit them with the shield. They will hold it up and show the shield to you. Anything before that, don't bother.
Please, just do it so I stop draining all my fucking money here.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty cool. It's fun interactive gameplay. Okay, that's cool.
You're fine. You don't need the money. Literally doesn't matter at this point.
Please. Please, let me hit you. Please. Nope. I gotta fucking worry about that idiot still. Yup. This is fucking annoying.
You're letting the game get you. You're letting the game get you mad.
No, I'm just annoyed.
That's
different things.
No, it's not.
Different things.
That is just mad light.
Exactly. It's not Mad 2.0. It's just Mad 1.0.
One arrow outpost down.
Oh, oops. Should we talk about the Diablo Immortal finally released?
I don't know what to say about it other than it released.
It's fucking gigantic game. That's one thing.
I mean, I assume because they had literal years of extra time.
It's so much game.
That's good.
I don't know if it is. It's a lot for a game, a phone. You know. Oh, you can also play it. Actually, you can also play it on your computer. Or yeah. You can also play it on your computer.
Memory-wise, yeah, sure, that may or may not be a problem. But content-wise, it makes absolute perfect sense.
It's
a
lot of pay to win, apparently.
Okay.
From what I understand.
I would say at this point you probably don't need to use the magic armor, and you can
no.
try to save it for the if you just truly need it.
Oh
and again,
God.
just try to get him to hit the ground or hit your shield. If you hit your shield and you stagger, you might be able to follow up. You will never. I don't think you can ever get more than 4 hits off on him either. Yeah, you got it. You got the rhythm now. And admittedly, this is just one.
Oops. I forgot he can kick me.
Yeah. That was the thing. You cannot shield dash, and yeah, you just basically can't get close to him. That's it. When he's blocking with his sword like that, you actually can fall. As long as he's still blocking and he doesn't look like he's going to attack, you can actually follow up on that, and he will sometimes stagger afterwards. Okay, one more floor, 3 dark nuts. It will be tough, but you have a fairy and a full heal.
Oh, this is the dark nut floor.
This is
the 3 dark nut floor.
This is the final floor.
Bro. Okay.
There is one directly below you. I don't think you can cheese it and drop bombs on it. You're certainly welcome to try, but I don't think it will do anything.
He's pacing, and I don't think it does anything.
You've got bombs out the wazoo, so you're certainly welcome to try.
I mean, we can always try.
Yeah, not gonna hurt.
Unless I blow myself up, which is funny.
I mean, fair. That's what we call content. But this is it. This is the last fight. I think you can do this.
I think it did something.
I almost certainly he will block. If he loses his armor, he will almost certainly just block it. Yeah, we literally can't see him. You can't make the camera look down that far, can you? It looks like he's doing something. So I would just keep dropping him and see what happens.
I mean, even if he's weakened, it still helps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, anything helps. And ideally, I would say, I would attempt to drop down as close to the wall as possible and see if you can fight him by himself first.
It's not... Oh, it does! His armor's gone. He just threw his sword at me.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's very good.
Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, though.
I mean, again, you can see if it... You can see
Wait a
if
second. Does that mean I can bomb arrow the other ones?
Probably once, but they do block arrows otherwise. This one, I think it...
Maybe I can just kill this one by itself and not trigger the other two.
Yeah. And again, if you can drop down close to the wall, the other two may not start walking towards you.
No, they did, but it's okay.
Okay. You still got this one's armor on. That alone is a huge help.
Oh boy. Okay, now there is a thing I can do. I can, like, get them all grouped up, and then I can force the one out of armor to, like...
Lunge at you and get ahead.
I can hit it with this thing, and it'll lunge away from it.
Oh, so you can separate him from the group, kinda.
Yeah, like I could push him sideways and get him like
just far enough away that you can get a couple hits in.
Yeah. I gotta do it in a better spot though. And not target the one I don't want to target. Can I please? Thank you. Oh! Oh, I tried to fucking back dodge.
You can, by the way, there's nothing wrong with trying like a bomb shoot and see what happens.
I mean, honestly, at this point,
it's worth the one
it.
bomb shoot to find out. If they're all grouped up, maybe they can't all block it, or they won't.
Nope, they block it.
Okay.
See ya. Oh, I thought I fucking moved. Alright, well that's fine. Damn it. The hard part is targeting the one I want to target.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And I wanted to jump sideways there and do this so I can like, yeah, okay. First of all, we're gonna put this on so we don't get annihilated.
Oh, the magic armor?
At least while there's 3 of them here.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alright, got one down.
Just remember that when your money runs out, it becomes a hindrance, not a help.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. I killed one, so the rest of this should be kind of a cakewalk.
You've now done this fight before.
I don't even know if I need this anymore. No armor, at least.
Yeah, definitely don't full heal until you need it.
That hurt a little.
You are running low on money.
We're okay.
Like I said, you don't actually need the money. At this point, you have like cutscenes to do. Sorry, there is a mini dungeon I forgot about. Yeah, I keep forgetting about it because it's small.
Okay. I think I've kind of found out the strategy. I'm gonna have one kind of get in front of the other, and then just alternate.
Yeah, as long as that one isn't close enough to attack you through the other one.
Yeah, that's the fucking issue at the moment. Okay. All right, we're good now. I don't think I can fuck this up too bad.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna lose at this point.
Except if I hit sideways and I jump forward like that, maybe I will. Honestly, I would rather them both be without their fucking armor.
Then do it. If you think that's gonna be better, then do it.
They just don't have as much attack range. Okay.
And you still have the fairy as insurance. So right now, the worst case scenario is that you take damage you don't want to take, but like you cannot game over right now.
Kind of just powering through, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah. The goal is just to beat it.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, I have stream delay. I don't know if you did it yet. There, you did it. You did it.
Whoa! All right, so what is this?
Ooh.
That's better.
Your reward.
Yeah, stream's over, guys. It's a fucking stamp!
Well, no, there's more.
Thank God. I was about to be so pissed.
More.
I was about to be so pissed. It was just a stamp. I would be fucking annoyed. Anyway. Fairies don't look grotesque as shit, which is nice.
These are some of my favorite Great Fairy designs. As far as I know, they actually don't appear in Skyward Sword. I don't think there are Great Fairies in Skyward Sword. I really like the Breath of the Wild ones, but these ones are probably my favorite. I like the Fairy Queen in Wind Waker. The little puppeteer girl. But Uh-huh.
I will give you this blessing. I got more tears! It's another bottle!
So, the other thing is, and I don't know if they say this, but from now on, you can get Great Fairy Tears at any of the fairy springs. As long as you don't already have some.
Visit any spring.
The ones with the 4 big spirits. So number 1, you can get fairies now at all 4 of the springs. So the thing we can do to wrap up tonight is pop over to the Lineru spring, the snake one at the lake.
Oh, they're all like chilling like right here. Oh hey, we have like a bunch of health. This is cool.
Yeah. Oh, they put you even in the right one. Cool. So you can. Oh, and you kept your rare chew jelly, so you can heal up with all the fairies.
Yeah, I don't have an empty bottle, so we're good.
Wait, you didn't get a 4th bottle?
Nope. Put it in the regular bottle. Put it in the bottle I already had open.
I thought you got a bottle.
It was just fairy
Okay.
tears.
So in this spring, there is stuff underwater you can use the iron boots on. And also there is, with the double claw shots, there are like 6 treasure chests in this room.
In this room?
Yes.
What?
You have to use the double claw shots and climb up a bunch of stuff. But yes, there's some stuff underwater, I believe.
Oh,
But then if you look closely, you will see hook shot or claw shot pads around this room. And you can climb up really high and you can actually get a bunch of stuff. So that's... I don't remember exactly what all is in here, but I know there's a handful of things, both underwater and above water. You might also need to do something dressed, or like as Wolf Link. I don't know if you have to do any of the Wolf Link jumping, but I don't think you do. I think you mostly just claw shot.
Alright, let's take a look. Any of these that I can get to just yet? That one? Nope. Wait, from here? Nope. Okay. Game? Excuse me. Mr. Video Gamer Man! Why won't it let me go up there? It makes sense to be at the top of this. Also,
You need to go to the door and look above. That's what it is. You
What
go
is
back
this?
to the...
What is this? Where am I? What is this? Oh, there's some chest here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I told you, there's a bunch of stuff.
Got a chest. We're fine. Oh, did you want to talk about your
There's some torches to light, too.
goofy Xenoblade news?
Oh, yeah, Xenoblade news.
We had so much other things to talk about, we almost forgot.
I know. I hope Michael's still here. So the main thing is they put out a little dev notes thing that confirmed some stuff specifically. Number one, I can't remember. There's the 2 nations, Agnes and Kevis. I think Agnes is the Xenoblade 1 nation and Kevis is the Xenoblade. All classes from the Xenoblade 1 nation use time as a cooldown for arts. Okay? Use an art, wait X amount of time, and you can use the art again.
Oh, so... Alright.
That's the system of cooldown that Xenoblade 1 uses. All the ones from Kevis use the Xenoblade 2 system where your arts recharge by landing auto attacks. So if you go back to the front door, by the way, of this temple, there's a pad right above that archway.
Yeah,
that's where you're supposed to start. So that's number one, is that they explicitly confirmed, this was assumed and was sort of inferred from the videos we'd seen. Oh yeah, and then water bombs underwater, there's a couple things too. But that was sort of the main thing, was they confirmed that outright. The next thing they talked about, let me pull up the... They like tweeted... They have a dev notes page, and that's what they did. This was episode 4, and it was all about combat. So that was one of the things. Translate the page. Obviously, they did a little bit of a dive on all the different the different classes that the main 6 people use. But whatever. So everybody gets a an art assigned to the BX and Y button, you have 3 arts equipped. You have 5 arts total. So kind of like Xenoblade 2 had 4 arts and you picked the 3 that you wanted to use. This one you get 5 and you pick the 3 that you want to use. In addition to that, when you master a class by using a class enough, you can equip some of those arts, ... unclear exactly how many. You can equip some of those arts when you move to a different class. So basically your BX and Y buttons will have 3 of your class's arts. Whatever class you are, you'll have 3 of those arts. But then in addition, on the left, I guess on the D-pad, you will have 3 more arts equipped, and they can come from another class. I don't know if they all have to be from the same class, but you can equip arts from other classes that you've mastered onto the other 3 buttons. So there's some mixing and matching there. The other thing they did is that, and I don't know exactly how you will unlock this or like how often you can use it or whatever, but they talk about the idea of fusion arts, which is, so let's say Noah is the Swordmaster class. Let's say he masters that class, and then he also masters Lanza's class, which is the Heavy Guard, which is like the tank class, right? And let's say he is a sword fighter right now, so he has BX and Y, they're all sword fighter arts. But then on his D-pad, he has 3 tank arts.
Sounds complicated.
So you have 6 arts equipped. If you hit ZL in combat, it will fuse your arts, and so you will pick one art button, and it will get the bonus effects from both of the equivalent arts. So let's say you have BX and Y, and then like on the D-pad you have up, right, and down. The mirror image, right, of the little triangle of arts.
Mm-hmm.
If you hold ZL, you can use an art which uses the effects of both of the arts.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just overly complicated for no reason, though, in my opinion.
I don't think it's overly complicated. I think that's interesting.
It's too much. Too much.
I don't think so. It's just you can use
a lot.
You have basically the idea is you could say, oh, I have an art on this class that I've mastered. Like I'm a sword fighter. I have an art that does bonus damage to toppled enemies. And then on this other class I've mastered, I have an art that topples enemies. So if I can do them both at the same time, it allows for that optimization where you can mix and match the stuff.
It's not like I don't understand it, Michael. I'm saying it's complicated. It
is complicated. That's one of the things that Xenoblade has, both in 1 and 2. There is an amount of like, you do your thinking, you turn your brain on in the menus to set up something that you think will work really well, and then in combat you mostly just kind of hit the buttons that you know you want to hit, and you do your thinking off to the side and say these 2 effects actually pair really well together, and I want to have both of them equipped. But in this case it could be, I want to have these 2 effects be able to happen at the same time. Like maybe one of them is it topples an enemy, and then the other one also it heals the party. Or maybe you do an effect that does bonus damage from the back, and then the other one does bonus damage to toppled enemies. So if you have an enemy that's toppled and you go behind it, you can get both bonuses at the same time or whatever. So that's fusion arts, and that's cool. And when you and the UI tells you what all the effects are, and when you press the ZL button, it shows you all the combined arts in the middle. So that was the biggest thing. Oh, they had confirmed canceling is back, which Xenoblade 2 had the idea that you could during an attack animation you could hit an art button and immediately go into the art attack and do bonus damage. That was one of the things that you could do. Is they just confirmed that canceling is back, the idea of hitting the button at the right time. By the way, I think there was one more thing you could do tonight in Zelda that was easy, and I'm trying to think about what it was. You got the fairy fountain. You got. Let me look at my notes. You're not gonna get. Did you turned in the 20 pose, right?
Yeah.
And you're probably not finding all 60.
Probably not.
It was fine. There's not another mini game to do, right? Come on, notepad, open up. Is my button not working? Come on. There is, by the way, the Cave of Shadows is the one that you use the wolf amiibo to get. It's another similar dungeon where it's like a gauntlet, but you have to be Wolf Link the whole time.
Jesus.
It's not necessarily... I don't remember if it's harder. I don't think it's as many floors. But it is a thing you can do.
That sounds kind of miserable.
That... Yeah, at this point, the only thing I have left to do that's a side thing that you should do because it's fun would be the goat herding minigame. If you want to go to the ranch and do that for a heart piece.
Nah.
That's the only other thing. Otherwise, it's just story at this point, which right now, you're in a position where you need to go do a cutscene and then you start a dungeon. So I don't think you should do that tonight.
Yeah. It's okay to wrap up a little early. I gotta go watch Kenobi tonight anyway.
I see.
Because that show real good.
It is very good. I have been enjoying it. Oh, there's more. I do have one final Xenoblade bit.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Which is that. That's why I was like, if you want to go do the goat herding thing, just because I have a minute or two left of stuff to talk about. But basically, they talked about chain attacks again, but they still have not actually shown us what or how chain attacks work in this game. So, TBD. But the other thing is, in one of they have in this article, they have a bunch of little clips of, they're like fusion arts. Here's how you do fusion art, and there's like a 15-second clip that shows them doing it or whatever. What they also have is at one point during one of these scenes, something that we thought we'd seen before and we're unsure about, we definitely see this time, is at one point the clip is focusing on Noah, but Senna, one of the other characters, is just doing her thing in the background. She's an AI fighting right for you on your team. She uses an art that changes her weapon from her hammer to the dual blades that the character Ethel uses, and then her weapon goes back to the hammer, which basically confirms what we thought, which is that number one, we can in fact obtain the classes from other. There was the 6 main characters, and then they had this idea of you have this 7th slot that will fill with other people temporarily, like the 2 Nopon, and then we saw a few other people occupying that slot. Evaldi, Xeno, Ricky and Manana, and maybe one other person. But the idea is there are characters who are ostensibly enemies, but we appear to be able to take their classes as well. And so the presumption is that as we defeat certain bosses in the world, kind of like Bravely Default, we will be able to obtain their class.
I like that mechanic.
I think it's really cool. And so there's Ethel, who uses dual swords, but then there's allies who are like Xeno, who is on your team, but you apparently are going to be able to get his weapon as well, because we've seen that as well. And then there's a lance guy, Kamnavi.
I've always liked that from most RPGs where fighting a boss actually gets you something that is impactful in the game.
Yeah.
Either a really, really good weapon that's basically better other than one specific side quest weapon that you have to go find that has a certain element to it, or a new class, or a summon, or something.
Oh, Kitty.
You can start it too.
Just start it too.
Just start it too.
You do not need to play one. You do not need to play one or.
I'm starting
second.
it. I'm starting it too.
They are like Final Fantasy insofar as Bravely Default was a game, Bravely Second was the sequel to Bravely Default, and Bravely Default 2 is 100% unrelated. They have similar themes and vibes. Some classes return, the units of money returns, right? The overall thing of crystals being very important, that is a returning theme. You do not need to play the first game. The first game has some really cool stuff, and the sequel to it also has some really cool stuff. It just isn't relevant, and 2 is a better game.
Yeah, the crazy thing was I played the demo of 1, Bravely Default 1, and I didn't really care for it. But I played Bravely Default 2, and I really, really like it. I just I just don't play it on stream, so my time playing it is actually a lot smaller. Because I don't play it on stream.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's really fun. It's highly customizable, so it's another one that's about class mixing and matching. That's the overall sense of like, I want this character to be that class, and also the reward is you want to constantly be mastering classes, because the idea is you have the class you are. You will always have the skills of whatever class you pick. So you want to make the main character in Bravely Default 2, his name's Seth. If you want to make Seth a warrior, fine, you make him a warrior, and then he will have those arts equipped. If you change his class, those arts will change. Then you pick a second class to also get their arts of their active skills in battle, and also you gain their weapon proficiencies as well. And so you pick 2. And then also you have a set of passives that you can mix and match, and the passives can come from any passive that you've unlocked from any other class. So the more of a class you've played, the more passives you can unlock. So, and those don't just come from one. Those are literally just like, as you do more classes, you unlock a bigger and bigger list of passives. So you might be like, you know, Bravely, for example, one of the things they do is dual wield. Anybody can dual wield weapons, but some classes can get a passive that makes it free, and you don't take like an accuracy hit or whatever. And so you can say, oh, I really want this character to do this class, but I wish he could dual wield. So you go master the class that gives you the passive that allows you to dual wield, and then you switch to a class that allows you to dual wield without taking a penalty of any kind. Like, that's the sort of thing that you're doing in Bravely.
It's good. It's really good.
Octopath is a similar system, except for your every character has a default class which they can't change.
Correct. It's
Therian
certain paths of characters.
Therian is a thief. He is always a thief. He will always have thief stuff, no matter what you do. And then you can mix and match the second class, and you can do cool combinations in that way, but you don't get to mix. And it also has passive slots too, that you can mix and match from any class. They have one that's always locked to them, whereas in Bravely Default, nothing is locked.
As long as you master the skills and the class, then you can just do it as a secondary and then match another one.
Yep.
So it's like really, really cool that like Bravely has this thing where you can mix one with another and then have the secondary class and stuff.
They also do one of the things that's really nice is
very Final Fantasy IX style.
They fill out your party in the prologue. So you play like an hour and you've got your whole party. You do not have to worry about like the Xenoblade situation where you don't get your last party member until 40 hours into the game. It's still a decently long game. Not as long as some other JRPGs, but like you have your entire party from the beginning, and I think once or twice.
In my opinion, that's the nicest freaking thing about the game. It's like, oh, I don't have to wait till the final dungeon to get the last character. Looking at you, Persona.
From the very beginning, you can start mixing and matching classes. You don't have a ton of options, admittedly, at the very beginning, but like from the beginning, you can do whatever. And also, like, I like having the most diversity possible, so I'm like trying to touch as many classes with as many characters.
That's my problem, is I do all of them.
Whereas some people like to do, I want to do a meme team where everybody is a berserker, and I want to have my whole team be berserkers or whatever. And like that can be fun, and it can sometimes be really useful, which is good. So yeah, Bravely Default 2 I think is a really, really good JRPG. I wouldn't mind replaying it someday.
It's really enjoyable.
But
I need to play it on stream because that's the only way I'm going to play it, to be honest. Because my time off stream is not a lot.
Yeah. It's really, really good. It's also fully voice acted. The art style is adorable.
Yeah, it is.
I'm shocked it's fully voice acted. It feels like a game that shouldn't be, and yet it is. It's fully voice acted. It has a lot of depth of gameplay. It has really challenging end game content if you want to do it, though you don't have to.
And they're like pretty hard boss gauntlets.
Well, it's not gauntlets, but they do basically in Bravely Default 1 there's a boss gauntlet. In Bravely Default 2,
that's what it was.
In Bravely Default 2, what they do is after a certain point in the story, you will gain the ability to access these like phantom fights where you they basically are these crafted fights where it's like, oh, you remember that the thing in Bravely Default is to unlock a class, you have to fight and defeat the wielder of the asterisk. You have to fight and defeat the person who has that class. So in the case of Bravely Default 2, you have to literally every single class you unlock except for the starting. No, literally all of them you unlock by fighting and defeating people. And so they will be like, oh, in this class, in this special optional battle, you have to fight this sort of like story-wise, it doesn't make any sense for these characters to be combined. But it'll be like the Berserker, the Bard, the Astrologer, and the Necromancer or whatever. They just like pick these specific combinations that are really difficult to deal with, and they create these really hard fights that require you, the player, to like know how to break the game with certain combos. Like they want you to break the shit out of the game. Like that is 100% intentional. They want you to find the things that are busted, because you will need to win. You won't necessarily need to beat the story, but to beat the optional stuff you do. And in the case of Bravely Default 2, what it does is every job can level up from job level 1 to job level 12, and beating these fights, which are each 4 enemies with certain jobs, for those 4 jobs, you will unlock 3 more levels, which includes like more passives, more actives, and stuff that make the class better. So that's cool.
That like gives you an incentive to actually do the extra content, so you can get those. Not that you'll need it for the final boss, but it's like it's a cool thing to unlock to then go use those classes to do the next 4 and that kind of thing.
Because that's what I had to do.
That's very cool.
One of them is really, really hard, and you almost downright need to get the advanced skills from a different class to have a shot at beating this other one.
I like that type of thing with the end game where you have to have that loop of I need this to do this one, I need this one to do this one, I need this one to do this one. It's like that is so fucking cool.
There's only one thing about Bravely Default 2 combat that I explicitly didn't like. So Bravely Default, the whole series, involves this idea of saving and storing action points and then using them later.
You store your turn. Basically, you block to store your turn, which gives you a turn point, and then you can use all your turn points at once or at any time you want to.
So Bravely Default 1, you still did things where it was like both your team and the enemy team would all queue up their actions at once, and then they would all execute. Bravely Default 2 uses an action queue where people don't act in turn, or basically like individual characters act in the order, and they show you who's going to act next in the side or whatever. And then you can spend on your turn, you can spend as many of those action points as you need up to a limit of 4. And early on in the game, they introduced this idea of counters where it'll be like, oh, I think it's like the Bard fight. It's like, oh, the Bard has an ability that if you use white magic from the white mage class, they get a free action point every time you do that. And so there's this like disincentive to do certain things, right? Where they're like, oh, you don't want to be overusing this class against this enemy because they'll get action points for free and it makes it harder to beat them, right? That's a great system. I don't mind that. But as you get later in the game, the triggers for those free actions get bigger and bigger until at the end of the game there are enemies that are like, if you do anything other than the attack command, they get a free action point. And there are some of these fights where it's like, oh, you did something, we get a free action point. And so on their turn, like every turn they're using 4 actions because anything that you do gives them more action points, and that's not fun because there's not really a counterplay.
Small of Garden, when you're here, you're small. But the art that is coming out for a lot of this is just very,
but
very,
that was
good.
My one complaint about Bravely Default 2 combat. Otherwise, I love Bravely Default 2's combat, like start to finish. It's literally just the end is like they have these dumb fights where it's like, oh, you took your turn. Oh, I get free action points for that. How dare you take your own turn? Like whatever. And then they also have stuff where they'll like take away your action points, and that can be hard to deal with as well. So that was something I didn't like towards the end of the game. You see that more and more, where it's like
Still
the boss just like gets to do whatever the fuck they want.
They have to
every
make it
single
difficult,
turn.
though.
They
have to have
do,
some
and
kind
the
of
game is
difficulty.
designed for you to break it, and there's like a maximum points they can spend anyways. But it's really annoying if you have a fight where they can just one-shot you if they have full actions, but also if you do anything, you give them full actions. And so you end up having to use skills. There's like a class where you can just passively, everybody on the field loses action points every turn. And then you have to have passives on your side that give you action points all the time, and you're having to like constantly drain them. But like those are both really advanced things that require you to unlock extra stuff.
To beat
and
the
then
story, you don't need it.
Yeah, it's just like it's all optional stuff where it's just like really annoying. But yeah, for the story, it's certainly easier if you have the most broken stuff, but you don't need it. So
sometimes that's what makes the story like, and that what makes the challenge is like trying to go through the story as a normal gamer, rather than grinding it out, knowing that the boss fight's coming and being like, I have to make sure I have this. And even then, like the boss fights, I'm a pretty typical grinder because I understand the flow of the games, and so it's like, oh, I know that I'm gonna have a boss fight at the end of this chapter, middle of this chapter, and end of this chapter. I'm gonna grind a little bit, get up, get my points up, go to the next class. And I had one fight where it was kind of hard. I was like, oh, ooh.
Yep.
If I gotta bring out a potion or 4, holy shit.
By the end of the game, you're just chugging items. Which I do like. I don't like games where it's like, oh, you're using items. The game's easy now.
I hoard items, and I don't need to.
Like, this Bravely Default is like, you will need items. You don't really have a choice.
Yeah. There's the fight where you get is it the bard.
Yeah, I think that's about where you are. You haven't.
I'm after that.
Yeah, Berserker is I think the next major landmark.
But the bard like charms like 3 other things that you're supposed to be fighting with you, and it's actually a pretty hard fight because he like buffs everything, and he just whips your fucking ass, and it's like, oh, I gotta heal. Oh god, or they're going to kill me.
Yeah, you have to have like, oh, I guess this person's turn is spending all of his action points to cure all the status ailments of my team.
Pretty much.
Stuff like that.
Pretty much. But we do need to wrap up. It is 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us. It was a good time. We actually were able to beat that. We were a little worried that maybe we would have to restart, but we were fine.
I wasn't sure, but you did a very good job.
The gold shoe helped, even though we didn't actually end up needing it in the end.
Yep. And next time we do...
Story!
Our penultimate dungeon. It's a short dungeon. The
we
Palace
can't
of Twilight?
We can't beat the game by next time because you said the final dungeon is long.
I think we need 3 more weeks. I think we have the next episode will be a short dungeon, and then I think the last dungeon will be broken up into 2.
Okay.
I think that's my speculation.
Maybe in there we might have to take a break or 2 for some work stuff because I will be traveling at the end of July.
Sure. Yep.
Probably. So we might not start Final Fantasy VII R until August. Is probably what we'll do, and maybe Joe and I will do some test streams on how to revamp the look of everything and go from there. But that'll be a topic for another night and stuff, so that we can get that done.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. If you watch this far, like, subscribe, comment. Hi, Grace. She watches all the time. She comments. She's wonderful. And that's gonna be it.
We will see you next time.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.